Welcome to a DropTent Media Production.
Hey everybody, welcome to fucking Slapstick Sports. I am one of your quarter hosts, Adam Nutter, on this fucking show. Hey guys, I missed the last episode, but I'm back. Of course, producer Evan, other host. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, homie?
Not here today is Blaze and Kevin. I don't know, Blaze is like, I have a funeral to go to. Fucking get over it. The guy's dead. Who cares? And then and then Kevin, I don't know, he's like, I have work. Fucking again, that's not an excuse. So they're not here. But I'm gonna get so yelled at for that. but it's alright, because sitting in with us is co-host of the Sweet Heat podcast and the brand newly crowned 2019 Nerds with Words Guest of the Year champion, Mr. Jeffrey Colella, everybody.
Thank you. No.
You know what?
Thank you. No. Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for thanks for joining.
Oh, dude, of course. I mean, if you had to have somebody on to fill in,
I mean,
you're bringing the champ.
I am bringing the champ. If anybody doesn't know, listen to my other podcast, Nerds with Words, and you guys will understand. You guys will see.
I even got the McGregor shirt on with it.
You do have the McGregor shirt on.
So that's championship. It's also fading. It's also fading. Just like my championship towards the end of the year.
It's already fading in January. You just got it.
I've already been talking shit. I was like, dude, I want to be a 2-time champ. I've already had Lemaire come in, and he's like, I will prevent that. I was like, good.
He was on the ballot.
I know.
Yeah.
Rusty made me go through the list of everybody.
Oh, did he?
I went like 75% in, but he's like, you have to say something nice about everybody. I was like, Foster's tall. You know?
That's just an attribute.
Yeah, I can't say nice things about people.
Just adjectives.
I'm like, Peggy's, a champion for dealing with Ryan, so that's great.
Yeah.
I was like, Lemaire, he's right here. He's adorable. Class cutie. We all know that.
Adorable. I love him.
Yeah,
but a lot of stuff to talk about for sports, gentlemen.
A lot of stuff.
I guess we'll deal with the Kobe first thing, which also, weirdly enough, we found out on Nerds of the Words.
Which was such a random. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even enjoy the win after that.
I know, because we were ending the episode. We're like, all right, guys, and then you were like, Kobe Bryant died.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck you.
I will forever have found out that news live on the podcast.
Yeah,
you can see me find the news, and I visibly.
You were so upset.
Yeah, I talked about it earlier. I cried the other day.
Yeah,
I cried.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad. You don't know why? I didn't cry until I saw the footage of the crash, and the footage of the crash is it's horrific.
You know what it is? Because especially because everyone else who died on board, right, which was terrible.
Well, that was my biggest thing. If it's an athlete, you're like, for sure. It being Kobe is one thing. You know what I mean? It's definitely super, super sad. But when you watch the crash and in your head you go, there's 3 13-year-old girls on there.
That's the bummer. It's like the adults. It's like, yeah, it sucks, but you're adults.
It's heartbreaking.
The kids, and then that's why when it's like he dies in a helicopter crash and it hits you harder because that's a fucking rough way, man. Helicopter crash
on paper it's a rough way, and then you
right.
watch the video and you're like, oh my fucking god, dude. I watched it once. I'm not gonna watch it ever again.
Well, you saw a video of the crash?
There's a video of the crash. It's very upsetting.
Oh, what? How?
It's very upsetting. People were nearby. You can see the copter come in around the mountain, spiral out of control, and then it spins on the way down, and when it hits, it fucking mushroom cloud explodes.
Of course.
To the point where you're like, oh,
how did I not see that? I mean, I'm not gonna say let's watch it
now.
I
was just saying, if you pulled it up, I just would look away.
I'm not.
It's just
after though, I do want to see that. After
you can find it.
Yeah, you can find it.
But all right, crazy shit. I didn't know that.
That's what put me over the edge.
I didn't know that because I can name plane crash survivor stories like the Hudson, right?
Yeah,
it's
but
you can't name a single helicopter.
Crazy. Who's like, I'm gonna land in the fucking water? That's crazy.
Not to bring up my old life or my old job or anything like that, but like, I was a cop.
You can.
In New York. I hate it though.
Wait, are you
I know,
serious?
but
I've never heard this before. Go on.
Shut up.
You can talk about it.
I don't talk about it that much.
know.
Only when it justifies a story. It justifies a story because I used to work with a guy who was working in Manhattan the morning of that crash, and he said on the radio, he said it was like one of the like funniest things he's heard because this was a transaction. This was like the encounter on the radio. It was Central, and she goes, I forgot what precinct. I think it was the 10th precinct technically, or like the 6th precinct that technically that part of the Hudson.
That part, right?
So let's say it was a 6th. I don't know if that's right, but it was like 6 Frank, and it's like 6 Frank. We have reports of a plane in the Hudson River, and my buddy Rob was like, you just heard this really long pause, and then you heard just. What? It's like there's a plane, and then you heard. Okay, and then you hear like show me, and you hear like all the other cars like show me going, and then like they get there and they're like, yeah, Central, there's a plane in the river, send everybody.
Yeah. Like literally, can you imagine just watching that? You're like, holy, that was a good landing.
Good job,
holy
yeah.
fuck,
yeah.
That guy's a hero. Tom Hanks should play him.
It's so funny how like that guy failed at his job. He's like, hey man, good job. It's like, well, he didn't do his job actually.
Didn't do your job, but. Props for you for adapting because I'll tell you right now, I don't think anything goes wrong in the sky. I'm like, it's been fun. I don't know how to get out of this.
Which circles back to my helicopter point because like every time you hear about a helicopter crash, it's like everyone on board died.
Yeah.
You never hear of like a survivor.
It's so small. It's like the Fiat of aircraft. You know what I mean? You're like, it's not built for a crash.
Right. And you know what it is about helicopter? I think it's almost like nature's way of saying like fuck you for trying to get out of nature.
Yeah,
because like helicopters like defy.
Yeah,
like they shouldn't fly. Like bumblebees. Bumblebees and helicopters shouldn't fly, right? What they do. I feel like this nature's way of going. All right, you know what though? When it goes down, you're all fucking going.
Yeah, for real. That's what. And you know what's really sad too about it is they said there's interviews that Kobe Bryant said that he started taking helicopters and like flying places so that he would be with his family more.
Oh,
and it's the reason he's not with his family anymore. Like it's so sad. Like it's one, and he said he missed like a school play one time sitting in traffic, and he's like, I got to figure out a better way to like get around LA or whatever.
LA's a shit show.
It's a shit show. So think about it. I mean, Bill Burr flies a helicopter to avoid the LA bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
I saw a tweet. It was like, well, it's elitist. I was like, fuck you. Shut the fuck up.
No, he was trying to do stuff for his family. That's the only reason he had that.
Like,
so this is actually insane.
Yeah.
The fatality rate from the numbers that were put, it's from Emergency Medical.
100%
is actually, and it's actually really really high. 31%
of what?
Of like you have a 31% chance if a helicopter's going down to die.
That's it. That seems pretty.
I feel like 78% is probably the realistic. Like,
yeah.
If your helicopter's going down,
right?
Not like we hit turret. Like if it's going down, how do you save it? It's like it's like you're a hover thing,
right?
So as soon as you like spin on a way, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you're not. I don't know.
I talked to
I
talked to one of the aviation guys in the NYPD one time, and we were talking about. I was like, so because I'm like I was always the fear of like that's why I would never go in a helicopter because like it's like
I'm petrified of flying.
Right.
I'm petrified of flying
because it's just like that free fall. It's like there's no getting out of it.
Yeah.
So I was like, what happens like if you go into? I'm like, could you get out of a tailspin? He's like, no.
Yeah.
You're like, you just crash.
It's over. Like, how do you recover from that? You're going too fast. It's almost like again, like being in a car and you're going like 100 miles an hour, and it's too wobbly.
To make it make more sense, to have it be 31%, a motor vehicle to die in a car crash is 1 out of 77. To die in a helicopter, it's 1 out of every 3 you're going to die.
Oh, I get. Okay, that
so
makes sense.
Instead of it being 1 out of 7,
I think we're thinking like 38% like car crashes.
Here's even more so. To die by a fire, it's 1 out of 821.
Right.
So to be 1 out of 3 is insane.
Right.
Extremely dangerous.
Well, see, when you say it like that,
it's more dangerous than heart disease.
Well, yeah.
And that's
like
1
that
out of every 4
sense.
people who has heart disease is going to die from it.
Well, that's pretty crazy.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, but what's the underlying number of I bet more people have heart disease than fly in helicopters.
Oh yeah, no. But
right.
they get these numbers out of 100,000.
If you have heart disease, you're elitist.
Yeah, it's almost like that Bill Burr bit where he's like, "Did you know that 95% of shark attacks happen in shallow water?" He's like, "Yeah, that's where the people are. Of
course,
that's
Of course.
So did you know that you've just upped your chance of dying by entering the helicopter? You're like, yeah. Because I'm in the air, like
suspended.
I was on the ground and then I wasn't. So automatically,
because these 3 blades that are just spinning make me
you
not
see somebody get out of the
sitting
helicopter.
anymore.
It's so scary.
I mean, helicopters by the numbers here are 20 times more dangerous than a gun.
You know what's funny is that's not true, but the statistics say it is. Like, but if you were like, helicopters are more dangerous than guns.
From a
statistical depth standpoint,
from a fatal gunshot or a gunshot wound, it's a better chance to die in a helicopter crash.
But because people get shot more.
If I shot 3 people with my eyes closed, I bet at least one would die.
Right.
Right? That's helicopter numbers.
Yeah.
Depends on who you're shooting.
Depends on who is shooting. I'm fucking accurate.
I saw the aftermath of a helicopter blade strike a person's head. Again,
no.
Yeah. Again, thank you NYPD for letting me see crazy shit and making me be desensitized for life and not having feelings anymore like that. My buddy, I don't want to say names because they're still on the job, but we're at before work one day. He's like, "Hey, my buddy who works in the precinct of that helicopter accident today sent me pictures. You guys want to see?" We're like, "Oh yeah." And he's scrolling through the pictures, and it just looked like fucking ground meat, just hit with a cleaver.
Dude, there's certain things that, like, I have a group thread on Instagram, and we just send stupid videos.
Yeah.
But like one friend decided to like send a video of a dude jumping off of like a roof, like a 10-story thing, and just like exploding on impact. And you're like, oh, what's this video? Oh, I thought we were sending memes. What are we doing? I remember like I messaged. I was like, I'll get out of the group if we're doing this because I'm not doing this. Like I'm not sending. Don't send me like death with details.
God, yeah. See oh man, I've seen so much fucked up shit like from that job. But here's the thing, like, I don't want to see videos of that stuff. Like, it still bothers me.
Yeah,
like,
I
mean, like when I say like I'm desensitized, I watch it, I go, that's crazy. But like, I don't react like, but like, I'm like inside, I'm like, that's terrible. Like,
yeah.
I'm not like enjoying watching it. I hate it.
Yeah.
But I'm just dead with the reaction.
Yeah, you're like, oh.
You know what it is though too, because I once I start seeing something, I definitely don't want to be watching it. It's interesting. I mean, we're human.
It's the car crash thing, right?
Yeah.
You can't turn away.
You can't not look at it.
I don't know. I can not look at it a lot. I could like a lot of the time.
Dude, I'm also a little curious fucking bitch. So I love.
I look away really quickly.
I get haunted by
be
things
honest.
like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm never not gonna see the helicopter crash in my brain now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's forever in my brain, which bums me out. That guy jumping off that building, it's forever in my brain. And it bums
remember
me out.
the people have had to jump out of the towers in 9/11?
Yeah.
And watching that videos, I was like, oh, that's still in my head.
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks like, because I don't want to watch the video, but it looks like somebody like does fall out of the helicopter, and I don't know if they do or not, but it looks like something fell before the crash,
Like they jumped.
like something like that. And
By the way, why not give that a shot? Right?
yeah,
What are you gonna do? It's like, what do you do?
Yeah, but everybody on there was like a parent, so you're like, fuck it, see kids, like you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah,
what
yeah.
guy?
Okay, well maybe not that scenario.
You know?
but I'm just saying. Let's say.
Oh, if the plane's coming into the building at 9/11 and you're like, I might just fucking go. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. Burn in a fire and get crushed by metal beams, or
Right.
like
Just
die
jump.
before I
I'd
even hit the
100%
ground.
rather jump out.
Yeah,
That's
and you're gonna
still,
die
though.
before you hit the ground.
Probably.
Most likely.
Most
you
likely.
pass out, right?
In the Empire or the World Trade Center, like
Yeah.
that level height.
But even then, even if you don't pass out, you're going to die
On impact.
On impact. And
I
if
don't care what way
do
you land
live,
either.
You're not.
You don't wanna.
You're
Yeah.
not.
Remember, do you guys ever remember hearing about that guy who went parachute, like who went skydiving, and his parachute didn't open, and
Yeah.
he fucking lived?
Lived.
So here's the thing.
He
Yeah,
landed in
yeah,
the
I've heard
parking
that.
lot.
That happened more than once.
Check this out. So I did research on this.
That's like the
'cause that
World
blew
Trade
my
Center.
mind. That blew my mind. No, because
It's more than that.
When
Yeah,
you're-
I was saying
when
he
you're-
lived.
Yeah.
when you're up that high, you actually start losing your velocity
Velocity?
gets lower, and you're actually
Why?
able to control yourself
Why?
because you end up I think it's like fluid dynamics and shit like
Okay.
that. You end up you can actually at one point you can start controlling yourself.
It's crazy because like the only person that can like prove that is the guy who died. Like you're like, all right, I'll tell you what, jump out of the helicopter. You tell me.
Well, they
What do
actually
you feel?
Hold on.
what
I saw a video. Hold on. I saw a video one time of just that. They were doing like plane skydiving shit, and the guy jumped, parachuted open. They were filming this too. He hit the ground, and they're like, "Well, that guy's dead." He just got up and was like, "I'm fine." Like nothing
yeah.
broke.
So check this out. So here's the thing: if you're able to go for a tree, I'm not kidding.
I
Go
feel
for
like
go
that's
for
I
a
feel
tree.
like you're not
advice.
supposed to
no,
get impaled.
No, check this out, because especially like like bigger trees, you're probably not going to get impaled, especially those top branches are not hard.
Okay, but also, yeah,
and then you're hoping just your parachute
and then
gets
if there
caught
are
in
no
it.
trees, what you want to do is try to angle yourself and actually start going level with the ground. And then so what you're going to end up doing is just getting really gnarly road rash.
Right.
Like I deep dived into this. Like I was like, this is fucking
Sounds
what
like-
the
sounds
fuck?
like
But
they
you know what the
deep
problem
dive
is?
into
Like the guys in World War II who like when they parachuted out and they just got fucking lost and like they went, they got stuck in the trees and they couldn't cut themselves and they just fucking died.
Well, because they didn't cut themselves out. They
couldn't. Or they did and they fell fucking to 80 feet and died. So like that's a problem too. So
It
it's
is.
like so we have people looking for you. You could take the chance, I guess. Maybe be like, I'll stay up here, and hopefully
I
someone
just think
gets
it's
me.
insane that anybody could jump out of an airplane and live. And not only that, they're like, he landed in a parking lot, and you're like, oh my god, how dead was he? They're like, not at all. You're like, what?
None
And then
dead.
here, and here, by the way, and here's again, a lot of cop heavy shit in this episode, but like, I remember back, some guy in my precinct, like he jumped off this hotel. It was like 10 stories, and his head exploded, and his brain was like out of his head, like out of his skull.
That's literally like the video I watched of the dude.
Yeah, and then like, but that was only 10 stories.
Yeah, and then meanwhile you could be fucking 20,000
Skydiving.
feet in the air, and then you're like almost. Could you imagine jumping off a 10-story building and they're like, dude, could you imagine if it was only higher, he could have lived? And you're like, what? What do you mean? You're like, if he jumped off of a 20-story building, it would have been easier.
Fine.
He could have randomly controlled himself.
He would have hit the ground
levitated
running like a
to the ground.
superhero.
Yeah.
He just kept going.
Just looked like dude. If you land and then just stand up, everyone around you thinks you're a superhero. Like you could be a superhero if you just land like WWE style, where it's like safe.
And how can you not convince people you're not?
Exactly.
Like yeah, of course I am. Did you not see that?
Dude, I saw a great post on Kobe that said, like, up until this moment, let's be real, we all thought for some weird reason that the guy was like immortal. Like the guy, dude, probably would never. You know what I mean? Like Kobe Bryant, impossible.
so good.
How could he? You know what I mean? There's certain people you're like, they'll be around forever.
Right.
I mean, who cares? They'll be 98 years old, still doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
And if anybody was gonna be 98 years old and still doing the damn thing, it would have been Kobe. Like he was just the guy who's like that. The guy quit basketball and won a fucking Oscar. And you're like,
that's right. I forgot.
you
I
just
won an
put your
Oscar.
mind to something. Were you just good at stuff?
I know. When you just good at stuff, I hate guys like that.
But he also works his dick off. Like I'm sure.
Yeah, of course.
It's so random when you find out
He can
things
speak
like
Italian.
yeah, he speaks like 4 languages. You're like Walter Payton did ballet. And
He
you're
was
like, yeah,
saying
world
stuff
class.
to Luka Doncic.
Yep.
Just
At
to
the
talk
game the
shit.
other day.
They said he was learning Mandarin just to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yep, well, that's the gift
Just
of being
to
smart.
do
No,
it.
yeah,
Well,
that's
Well,
crazy.
in the
Smart
interview
guy.
that you were talking about earlier, Jeff, he actually was saying that one of the reasons why he got that helicopter, spend more time with his family, because he got up at 4 a.m. to train.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I mean, if you're not doing it, you're not going to be as good.
Yeah.
And that's how he lived his life. I mean, he fucking tried it everything.
Yeah, people
dude.
said that they would go into the gym early to have like, we're playing Kobe today. I got to go like in a couple hours early.
And he'd
they're
already be
like-
home done.
And Kobe's like, 2 hours already in the gym when you should up 4 hours early. And you're like, yeah, Kobe was there 6 hours early. And you're like, gee, I mean, I don't
Come
even
on,
want to be that good. I want to sleep. I don't even want to be that
I know,
good.
right? Yeah. No, I prefer my bed.
Oh
4.
my god,
Yeah.
I can't get up fucking for like my 9:30 a.m. class. I'm like, I don't wanna.
What do you think about Mr. Shafir's tweet?
So we were talking about it earlier. I don't think it's a good tweet. I don't think it's a funny tweet. But as a comedian, I can't get mad at a comedian because here's the thing: if it wasn't Kobe and it was somebody who I didn't like, I would think
Couldn't
nothing
give a
of
shit.
it.
Right, exactly.
So I mean, you almost got to give him like the comic pass.
Also, I understand like people are like, well, it wasn't a joke. He's done that with everyone, even including like
Him
Ralphie
being a
May.
piece of shit though is kind of his thing.
Right.
Like, that's
By the
his
way,
joke.
he did with Ralphie May, who he cried on his podcast over. Like he was so close to Ralphie,
Yeah.
and when Ralphie died, like he tweeted out.
You got to make jokes.
When Mitzi died, who obviously was very close to, he tweeted out a fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
So that's what he does. Again, I'm not. It's not even like I'm defending. It's weird that comics are like shitting on.
Well,
him.
so you know what it is.
I don't think that's weird that comics are shitting on him.
Yeah,
I think, no,
you're not a comic though.
No, because here's the thing.
This is my point. This is my point.
No. I
Right?
understand.
That's not
No,
my
I
point, it's my
understand.
point.
I understand. I understand what you're trying to say, but also at the same time, I think a lot of those comics, because I'm not a comic, but I'm not sure. I think a lot of those comics are looking at him like he's not a comic.
No.
Yeah.
Or he's definitely a comic.
He's definitely
I
a
don't.
comic.
But I'm
I've
thinking
seen
they're
him at
starting to look
Helium
at him
sell
like
out
he's
twice.
great.
No, I know that. I know.
Netflix special.
I
Yeah,
I
it's a good
understand
comic.
what you guys are saying, but I think that people are. I think with
I
that,
don't think
what
they
he
thought it was a
said,
funny tweet.
I think,
Right.
yeah, and I think you can be a comic and not make a joke because I think he did.
Agreed.
That wasn't a joke.
But I will say, like Adam said, he does it for everybody.
Yeah, but
like,
it doesn't give him a pass for everybody either.
For sure, but I mean, if he's signing up to do it, he's asking for the backlash. So it's not like he knows what it is.
Again,
I make jokes about certain things that I'm like, hey, listen, if somebody gets mad about this, they're gonna get mad about this. But they have to know that I didn't come from a place that was like if someone's like, well, my family member, has blah blah blah. It's like I didn't write that going, hey, fuck that person.
I know you didn't.
He
I know
did
you didn't.
Tom Petty. No one said a fucking word.
I know you didn't, but I also think. At least me personally, I don't think that he went into it as like a joke. I think he meant every word. And I don't think it was a joke.
No, you don't know Ari though. You don't know Ari as a comic or as his whole career.
Ari's whole thing is being a. Burt Kreischer said it best. Ari's not a bad guy. He's just a shitty person.
He's a shitty person, right?
He's not a bad guy. Like he
got famous. Part of his fame was doing The Amazing Racist.
Amazing Racist. Like everything he does is like,
which was all set up, by the way.
Hate me. Is it all set up?
That was all set up.
Good.
The person he was doing it to was in on it. The reaction for the people was not.
Yes, I was gonna say
that's why opinions exist because I have my opinion. Sure. I don't think he's a comic. I don't think any of the stuff that he's done is funny.
Okay, that's fair. I will say this. I will say this. Then the second thing you said is accurate. Yeah. If you don't think he's funny, he is a comic.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah. But so is Andy Milonakis, and I don't think he's funny either.
That's fair.
So
yeah, but they're still comics. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like saying, it's like going up to a police officer and you're like, I don't like what you just did. You're not a police officer. And he's like, well, no, I am a police officer. Here's my badge and gun. But
hey, you know
don't
what?
Like what I just
Blaze
did.
G comedy exists too. So that's all I'm going to say.
What does?
No,
Blaze G comedy.
Blaze, the other host of the show.
Yeah.
So
well, listen. Here's my thing. I give him a pass in the sense that comics say jokes that don't fucking land. You know what I mean? They do. It's not even a funny, well-written joke. I think he was just trying to be shitty because he was just trying to be shitty. That's his thing. Was it funny? No. And again, was I thrilled that he made a comment? I wasn't thrilled about it because I liked Kobe, because I was affected by it. But if you know what I mean? If it was about, fucking Roseanne, I wouldn't give a fuck about it. But at the same time, Roseanne does crazy shit. She had like a TV show, and you go, yeah, but Roseanne's a comic still. You know what I mean? Do you agree with everything she said? You know what I mean? Some racist stuff? No. She's a comic.
I mean, more so, no?
Yeah, no, I actually really get behind her.
I double down.
She's actually making some great points. She should run for president.
Follow her on Twitter.
No, listen. The Kobe thing, to get on a real level here, I can't think of a bigger death in my lifetime that has like united the world in such a way where like every single person in other countries
Nelson Mandela
are out there going like yeah, but I still
I'm kidding.
Didn't feel like a gut punch when he died.
No,
you're like, not Nelson, what a good guy.
No,
Kobe,
yeah,
you're like
yeah.
I was saying I felt heavy about it for like 3 days. I still feel heavy about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was other than Robin Williams. I like that felt like
Robin Williams, shit, yeah.
That felt like a family member died to me. Like when he died, I was like, not Robin. Like you just know, feel like you know them.
When the deep state killed Robin Williams, I was very upset.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is just 41 years old.
Crazy,
and not only that,
and his daughter and the other poor family member, like the coach and his fucking family.
Yeah, it's. I'm telling you, I don't remember a death that was bigger than Kobe Bryant's death. I can't think of one. You guys are older than me. You guys probably have a little more like experience with that, but I can't think of anything that was. I laughed when that happened. When Michael Jackson died, I laughed. I swear to God. I was also in fifth grade.
So maybe
here's the thing, Michael Jackson. I think. Well, I'll let you go first.
No, I was gonna say like that might be bigger because more people care about music than basketball.
I actually disagree. Absolutely, 100%. The amount of people.
Hold on, worldwide.
No.
Okay, no. A lot of people respect music worldwide, but the amount of people that also said, "Who gives a fuck? Fuck Michael Jackson, that pedophile."
Well,
that's what I was about to say.
That's different.
I was that person.
That's what I was about to say.
I laughed at Michael Jackson. By the time I was in fifth grade when he died. So in my lifetime, in my parents' lifetime, he's a god. In my lifetime, he was a weird. He was a weird pedophile guy.
Wait,
do you know what I mean?
When did Jackson die? What year? You can talk, Jess. 09? I was 22.
He died in 09.
Yeah, I was 18.
I was not in fifth.
I mean, I grew up as a...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Are you sure?
Really?
I'll look it up.
Let's look it up real quick.
But I
09, I was 22 years old.
I would say, but it didn't affect me nearly as much as this one. But again, that's a me thing. But I've also seen, like when Michael Jackson died, people obviously felt it, but I don't feel like I don't feel like it was this big of a thing.
Again, I think it was because of the fact, and we'll get right back to sports in a second. I think it was because of the fact that he really, he was ran through the dirt.
At that point,
for you especially too, because you were younger.
Yeah.
All you saw, by the time you got to media, by the time from 10 years old and on. You were like, what the fuck is this guy?
I was at a baseball game.
Yeah.
I was playing in a baseball game. I was actually up to bat. And my friend was like, just kind of yelling stuff, making me laugh, whatever. And then on like the second thing he yelled, he goes, Michael Jackson died. And I was like, ha 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 ha, stupid. Yeah, just trying to make me laugh while I'm trying to like bat. And then you get off and then you're like, yeah, Michael Jackson died. And I was like, oh, really? That's crazy. Hey, Mom, did you hear Michael Jackson died? Like, when Kobe died, and I was like,
yeah, I was about to say to bring it back to the
my dad texted me and was like, I don't even like the guy. He's like, I didn't even like, while he was alive, like the guy. And I feel upset about it. And I'm like, yeah. It's just
again,
different. He's an impactful
helicopter
guy.
crash. It makes it worse.
It does. It makes it tragic.
Yeah, if he was like I OD, it's like, well, okay.
Yeah, you're like, wow, I didn't even know he did that.
Right.
That's fucked up, though.
You'd be like, well, it sucks for his family, but okay.
You're right. The helicopter crash puts it over the edge.
It does.
It does because it became a tragedy as
violent.
well.
Anything violent. If he, by the way, even
kids involved.
Yes,
a little different.
If Kobe just dropped for cardiac arrest, that'd be like, that's fucking terrible. He's 41 years
like
old.
Insane.
But it's like not. It's still not as like, yo, he crashed in the side of a mountain and blew up with 8 other people. It's like, what the fuck?
When Michael Jackson, all I'm saying is like every city in America right now, all their skyscrapers and buildings are yellow and purple still.
Yeah.
When Michael Jackson died, people were like, well, hopefully we can get our hands on his music.
I was like, fuck that pedophile.
Yeah.
Get out of here. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you look at it and you go, I mean, was he just as accomplished? I mean, the dude's Michael Jackson's like Michael Jackson is
separate the art from the person.
Exactly. He's the biggest entertainer you could ever think of. Yeah.
Same thing. It's like, hey, Ignition remix is pretty good though.
Oh, dude, Kevin Spacey. You're like, God, what an actor.
Kaiser Sose.
What an actor.
Did you see American Beauty?
Right. American Beauty used to be my favorite movie. Like of all time.
Great fucking movie.
Now it's kind of off to the side, and I go just directly to Alien and Aliens, but
yeah,
so good.
All right.
I had to keep it safe.
Yeah, you have to.
But
that's what I'm saying. There's a little bit, like you said, Ev. I think there's a little bit of a dirt on Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson, if he had no dirt and was still like beloved, where fucking women.
If Michael Jackson never had that dirt on him, I think that would have been. I mean, like because of the way that the world is at the time, and especially 2009, and then moving on now. I think it would have been the biggest death.
I agree.
I think we would have had to wait. I mean, for the next Michael Jackson.
Exactly. Kobe didn't have. I mean, the worst thing you could say was like, oh, well, he was. He got accused of rape that he never got charged for, and you're like, okay, well, who are you to make a comment on that? Like let's not. What are you gonna?
We don't know what happened. It could have been.
How many times have you heard Kobe Bryant's name where you didn't bring that
up?
And
I actually, and this is something I heard on the news, and then I read a little bit more into it. So from what it was, he actually apologized about it because it wasn't consensual. He thought, and he actually said, "Hey, I'm sorry about that." And I apologize because he
cheated on his wife. That's what he was upset
exactly.
about. Yeah.
And no, he was upset the fact that she got hurt because the woman who was doing this whole thing, he felt bad because of the fact that even though he was cheating and being in that at that point not that great of a guy.
Yeah,
but
it was a shitty moment.
But everybody has shitty moments.
It doesn't deserve you dying in a helicopter crash.
And I think,
by the way, all the woke Twitter saying that is like fucking crazy.
Oh wow, okay, you didn't have something to tweet about Trump. It was a slow day.
Which, by the way, Trump was like, "That's a shame for Kobe," and they're like, "Fuck you." It's like, hey man, it has nothing to do. Like, just don't say anything. You don't have to still white knight and virtue signal. Like, you're just being a dick.
Being woke is just being a dick.
Just being a
dick. That's all it is.
Which, by the way,
it's being a dick to dicks, and then it's like, well, you became the dick. Like it's almost like bullying your bully, and it's like, yeah, but now you're the bully. Now you're the bully. Did you want to be in the spot?
I just troll the woke Twitter trolls because that's fun for me. Because it's like, well, you want to play that game? I'll play that game. Yeah. I'll troll you. I don't care.
I don't know. It's one of those
I don't have a job to lose, so I can say whatever I want.
Yeah. You can say whatever you want about Kobe in that moment where you're like, yeah, but remember his past? And you're like, yeah, remember his current state when he was fucking, he's a dad of 4 girls.
Right.
I understand that you were like, oh my God, that poor woman has to see, that this rapist all over the news now. And you're like, yeah, what about the fucking 4 daughters that have to deal with this shit?
Right.
What, so fuck those girls?
But
you're
exactly.
Cool with these
so
girls?
That woman matters more than the other 5 women, by the way.
You're picking choosing.
Of course. Which, by the way, one of 2 things happened with that chick and him, right? Either it was a rape, or she was trying to fucking get some fucking ka-ching out of him, right?
For sure.
One of the 2. It was only one of those 2.
Yeah.
Hey, why was she hanging around the basketball players?
Yeah, and I think in the legal system it was dropped, and in the in the real world, she got money
settle.
any
Well,
which
here's
way.
the thing. Civilly, you need no evidence for civil suits. Like OJ was civilly guilty within like a day of that trial. Like the civil trial, they're like, "You're guilty. You're guilty as fuck."
Yeah.
But that means nothing for civil.
It didn't even go to that for him, so yeah.
Jesus, criminal, right? So like, but civilly, you could be guilty over like you don't need. I'm not kidding. Like you really don't need evidence for civil trials. Like you just need like a judge to be like, "Yeah, that sounds right," or like a jury to be like, "Yeah, I'll give it to him." It's crazy. It's not the same.
I just feel like no matter, even we were talking about the Michael Jackson thing. I mean, obviously he had dirt on him and stuff like that. And I mean, me growing up, I loved his music, and I was like, I don't know, the guy himself's kind of fucking weird. But the people that come out after he's dead and try to even like drag his name more through the dirt, it's like, dude, give it a fucking break.
What was it this past year?
Yeah,
I think
that
some stuff
documentary.
started.
Yeah. And
but those people ended up looking. They were just dickheads.
Yeah, and then everybody was like, yeah, fuck him, and you're like, he can't defend himself. You know what I mean? It's like things you're like, oh, well, remember how Kobe's passed, and you're like, fuck you, bro. You weren't saying shit when he was here,
right?
But now because everybody's talking about him, you're like, well, here's my chance.
And especially the thing with Michael
Hopefully
Jackson,
I get retweeted.
Especially the thing with Michael Jackson, it's like, hey man, we already knew what he was doing. He's dead. It's it. It's gone. There's
even
nothing
if he never
that can
touched
happen
kids,
anymore.
even if he never touched a kid, we can admit, weird dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He might not have touched a kid, but he was weird around them.
I mean, like
he was definitely just weird.
Like Chappelle's bit, right? Like, he's like. Exactly what you just said. He's like, he's still a weird dude. He's like, even if he didn't do all that, he's like, who the fuck buys like a circus and puts it in his backyard at like an
Have
adult?
you ever seen the video of him just going around shopping? It's
yes,
bonkers.
Yes,
some of that.
Yeah,
all of this. I like this painting. Is this painting? I'll take this painting.
It's almost
how
like
much is this? $8 million. I'll take 4 of those.
He's like an emperor almost, like a god.
Like money's so not a thing.
It's so not a thing.
It's so not. Not only that, how rich you are as Michael Jackson. Not only that, the only other like artist that's bigger than you in history is quote unquote the Beatles at that point,
right?
And he owns all of their music.
Yeah, they had to buy it back.
Yeah, dude, that guy. You are. VH1 did the top 100 artists of all time. Number 1, the Beatles. Number 2, Michael Jackson. Imagine number 2 owning number 1 and number 2.
Right.
Like he's like, I have all of it. That's mine.
Yeah, that's
rich.
It's crazy.
That's rich.
That's like. Did you ever hear how the Black Card got started? The Amex Black Card.
No.
It was Jerry Seinfeld.
No, really?
Yeah. So he did a commercial for them back in the 90s. And he was joking around about like, I do so many commercials for you, I should have my own fucking card for you guys, like as a joke. And then the CEO of Amex was like, "Oh yeah." And then in the mail, he one day gets a Amex Black Card. It's like, you were the first recipient of the Amex Black Card, and you could only this level of credit could get it. And that's how that he actually started off as just a joke.
That's fucking awesome.
And now if you see that Black Card, which I've only ever seen in person once. Ever?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen it in person.
Once I saw it in person.
In, like, theory in commercials, and stuff,
but it's a real thing. And
I know.
And it's you. If you see that, you're like, oh, you have money.
Sadly, having grown up around the New Hope area, I mean, like, it's,
right, yeah,
it like literally.
Oh, grown up,
like everybody, yeah.
New Hope PA is rich, yeah.
I mean, I went to Council. We went to
Council Rock, yeah. But like, I saw a one-time person was like, "Ooh, that guy's rich."
Yeah.
My dick got hard. I was like, "Ooh, I got like all like Southern Belle, like oh."
He started swooning.
I fluttered myself. I was like, "Oh, like, I'm not gay, but for that Amex Black Card,
I think I'm ready, guys."
I'm not gay for that Amex Black Card."
Seamus is one of my favorite bits. Fucking Seamus Millar is like just begging billionaires for money.
Oh, it's so funny.
It's so good because God forbid it works
one time. By the way, it might work.
I believe it will. I do believe it will.
Because here's the thing.
One time it'll
like
work.
Cardi
and
B
get like
and like Nicki Minaj and like other rappers have times been like, yo, I'm paying off student loans today.
Yeah.
At me.
Seamus
and they have.
will get it done.
So like
Seamus is 2 of my favorite bits. That bit and when he invites you over to his house, he always like nonchalantly he'll go, "Yeah, dude, you come over, we'll play Super Smash Bros. You comment all Rachel's shit, and then we'll get out of here." And he's like, "What?" And he's like, "No, yeah, you come over, we'll hang out, you comment all of her stuff because she needs to hear that stuff." And it's so true. Like, did you see my Instagram post with the belt?
Yes.
Like, okay, so Neil commented on it and just like made fun of the towel or whatever.
Yes.
My girlfriend was like, "I don't know what that means, but we need to fix the towel and get a new one." And I'm like, "Oh, it affected you because it was your stuff." And I went to the Seamus bit in my head and I was like, people need to come over and compliment Aaron's stuff.
Right.
That's what we need. Because even Neil making a joke comment at me, she was like, "That's my towel." And I was like,
yeah, no, I'm married.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I know because Steph, my wife, would be like same thing.
Yeah.
So come over, people come over,
you compliment.
but she'll and Evan, she'll still be like, Do you like my decoration? She'll just look at you and be like, do you like my stuff?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, that's a pretty aggressive way to ask people. You should just ease off, you psychopath.
But it means a lot to them.
It does, you know.
Oh, she makes sure that I've had her, you know, any of the food, any of the baked goods. Always, and she'll ask like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
She Italian?
Hey,
nope.
Did he'll be on the phone.
Mental illness.
Okay, so Italian.
Yeah,
No, I'm Italian. I'm mentally ill differently.
Yeah.
Different mental illness.
You go to an Italian person's house.
She
You
learned
hungry?
from him.
No. Here's all the food.
No, I'm not all Italian.
I don't
She's
want food.
0 Italian.
I know.
She trashes me for being Italian.
Yeah. Well, you know why? Because everybody can be racist to Italians.
I know,
and
no one cares.
We don't care.
We don't care.
I don't care at all.
Like it's like
I
a
don't care at
Segura
all.
bit, right? It's true. He's like,
Yeah.
you dumb dago wop fuck it. Yeah, what's up? It's true.
Yeah.
I know Nutter's not an Italian name, but I am all very Italian.
I
So
get
like,
called, I mean, fucking anything you think of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it does not matter at all. And I don't care.
and I grew up in Staten Island, so it's all Italian, dumb Italian
Yeah.
kids. It's like it's all I know.
I'll say that might be the place of dumb Italian kids.
No, it is. It's
Yeah.
actually the Staten Island. I think is the highest concentration of Italian Americans in the country.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
You know what's in
Correct.
also Hamilton, New Jersey, or not? Excuse me, not Hamilton. Hamilton, New Jersey.
That's where Neil's from.
Hamilton,
Down
near like Atlantic City and stuff, like down near the shore.
No.
I don't know
Or Hamilton in Central Jersey.
No, Neil's not from Hamilton. He's from Hamilton.
Hamilton's near Atlantic City-ish.
He's
Like
or,
it's- or Egg
Neil's
Harbor.
from Hamilton. 'Cause he's from the blueberry capital of the world. Which one's that?
I think Hamilton.
Then he's from there.
Yeah.
So Hamilton has they have an Italian festival. If you go to Hamilton in certain locations,
Is
you
Neil
know,
still here
well,
in the
I'm
house? I
telling
want to
you.
get him up here for this.
Do you know how like people have like you go to like a whatever like a random place and they'll have like an American flag just hanging outside of like their
gonna text
establishment
him.
or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
I'm listening.
Bro, it's Italian flag row.
Really?
It's different. It's fucking different. I went there one time and they said I think you're right though, because I did a joke for a smoke the festival show for with Cody, and I remember getting on stage and saying something about it and people were like, we're known for tomatoes and blueberries, and I was like, that's a weird thing to heckle me about. I don't know what you're to say to that.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if you're right.
I think can we look it up? I don't know. Is there a way? Blueberry capital of the world?
Because I just texted Neil like, can you come up here and answer a question for us, please?
Yeah, I need.
Uh,
I'm telling you, they have. I'll fucking text my boy Dave. He used to, work all the liquor stores and bars and accounts down in that area, and he's like, dude, it is bonkers there. Italian, like
that's weird.
It's
because I know Neil is also he's Italian too. Even
and
though
hey,
Wood's not
Italians love berries.
There
You know what I
is
mean, for the wine.
100% an Italian festival there.
I told you, yeah, dude. There is 100%. Like I was like, there's too many pictures. There's so much evidence. There's too much evidence.
Literally, when you start putting in Hamilton, New Jersey, it's like the 4th thing on Google.
I told
outta
you.
here.
I
Yeah.
told you, dude. It's crazy.
I gotta go to one of those
And-
maybe, for foodsies.
Highly recommend. What the fuck? Oh, I can't.
San Gennaro Feast in Brooklyn.
No. I was never gonna recommend anything in New York.
Right? It's really hard to do that.
I just don't like New York as a city. I try. I really try.
Okay, first of all, I agree with you, but
try.
fuck you.
I try. I go for comedy. And
I
I'm
get
like,
to say that. No, you get to
I
say
go
that.
up there and I'm like, I fucking hate this city. I just can't get into it. I just can't get into this city.
No,
It's
see,
so annoying.
as someone who's from there, I detest it from my core. But
Especially as a cop, I feel like.
yeah, no,
I feel like especially.
well, I wasn't in Manhattan. I was in Staten Island, but still, yeah, I was in Manhattan enough
Yeah.
to do details and stuff that was miserable.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't like the state. I
fair.
don't like the cities.
Yeah,
I don't
you
like
shouldn't.
I don't like it.
I tell people, like when I talk to people like from the middle of the country, and they're like, "I want to go to New York." I'm like, "Why?
Yeah, why would you do that?
It's gross and dirty." I was like, "Why?"
Yeah.
it's
funny.
expensive.
I heard Jim Gaffigan made a funny point one time because they were talking about like raising kids in the city or something like that, and they're like, "Why would you like?" People are like, "You live in the city with your family, like." You don't want like a house or like a yard or something like that. Like you miss having like a yard, like doing. Why would you raise them in the city? And he's like, why wouldn't I? He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you don't think that they're just as likely to get kidnapped in front of a home than they are in the city? He's like, they know how to take the subway. They know where to go. They're never gonna like get
right.
in too much trouble. They're not wandering far. I know where they're at. They're like either in a 1 block radius. Whereas, if you're in a neighborhood, you're like, I don't know my fucking neighbors. I don't know these people.
Yeah.
Here, they're above me, below me. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Right.
we're all here. You
Right.
don't even think about it. It's just another person.
It's just so many fucking people.
I feel like kidnappers go to neighborhoods. Like they don't like go to skyscrapers.
You know, kidnappers for sure go to the burbs.
Yeah, imagine trying to steal a kid and then like wait like 70 floors in the elevator. You're like, just shut up for a minute.
Stop
We're gonna
yelling
get down
and
to the
kidnapping
lobby
you.
in a
There
minute.
is a reason for neighborhood watch. That is all I'm saying.
Exactly. There's no city watch.
There are no city watch because everybody knows.
Well,
like,
I guess the cops are city
well,
watch,
but yeah, you have enough people, and then like
The
if you
armed
see
police
something
force.
weird happening, it's probably going to be like real messed up,
yeah.
not just somebody
I don't
getting
know.
taken.
I mean,
as much.
Tokyo has 35 million people in it, which is crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's the largest city in the world.
They have 35 million people in it, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what other cities do they have?
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. They don't have any
Doesn't
other
matter.
cities. We bombed them all.
The two ones that we fucking taught lessons to.
They ain't around no more.
I don't know. I just know it's funny though. Honestly, you say that. I only know this. I
So
only know
13.9 million.
13.9.
13.9.
Or no, 35 million. I'm sorry, 35 million in Japan, but 13 million in. No, hold on. There's no way that's.
I
wait.
just looked it up right now.
Oh, right, 8
Yeah.
million.
So maybe the ratio. I mean, it's
8
you think about
million
14 million
8 million
people.
people in New York City.
Yeah, the ratio from like United States people to New York City compared to Japan to Tokyo.
I feel like I feel like I heard a different stat.
There's
I
a
swear to
there's
fucking
I
God.
just looked it up like 3 different ways. So there's 126 million people in population of Japan, which makes it it's like
Wait,
it's
how many people live there?
126 million people in all of Japan.
Man, you're
so
not
10
even close to
so
your numbers.
10% of all of Japan lives in Tokyo. That's insane.
Yeah, there's not even close. I mean, what? Not even like 5% of people in America live in New York. You know what I mean? Even though it's the biggest, most populated city.
Yeah, it would be like an eighth of a percent. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be like really small.
Yeah, because what have you got? We're almost. I think we're almost at like 400 million people in the United States now.
Like
right?
370 something like that.
Something like that,
360
close.
something like that.
Yeah.
Fucking close as shit. But and then you think about like illegal citizens, it's probably also racking up even more. But think about all the people who live in New York. If it's like 10 million, that's fucking nothing compared to 400 million.
3%, 2%,
Not even.
maybe.
Not even. Yeah, not even. That's
You're
crazy.
less than 1%. Yeah.
It's fucking yeah. But no, I mean, I've actually always wanted to go to Tokyo. I feel like it'd be fucking lit. I feel like everything would be awesome because it's just what you're not used to seeing. You know what I mean?
I just looked it up on Wikipedia. It says fucking
Hey,
Tokyo.
you're already wrong.
Tokyo, 38.5 million people.
Yeah, that's Wikipedia.
It is Wikipedia.
Anybody
Okay.
can change Wikipedia.
I feel
can
like
go on
that's
and
a
change it right
weird
now.
lie to change for Tokyo, Japan numbers.
Well, I don't think Google's lying. You know, kind of some smarty pants over there.
Worldometers.info, largest cities in the world, 2015, Tokyo, 37 million people. I'm telling you I'm right.
That
telling
means
you I'm
That's
right.
the greater Tokyo area. Tokyo itself is 13.9.
Yeah, Tokyo, right, as a whole city is 35 million people. That's my point.
No, because it includes the areas Tama and the other islands surrounding it, which are not Tokyo proper.
So is it
That would be like calling Philadelphia suburbs part of Philadelphia.
so you're saying like, all right, let me get this straight. So like Center City would be like Tokyo, but we all know like Philadelphia is fucking huge. It covers like way more.
No, I'm saying if
like the zoo is still Philadelphia.
I'm saying
and
if
that's
you
not
were
even
to
close Center
take
City.
New York City and add all the boroughs,
Okay.
because you're only really talking about Manhattan.
Yeah. Okay.
So that
All right, I'm going to say this again out loud, so because I'm not crazy and I'm right. World city populations 2020. What are the most populated cities in the world? Here's a list of the top 10 most populated cities in the world. Stop whispering behind my back.
You're on Wikipedia too.
1. Oh,
You're
Bird!
both on Wikipedia.
Boy,
Tokyo.
again. This is the last time I'm going to
Delhi,
explain this.
I know, but that's my point. It's not just the inner part of the fucking city.
I'm not talking about just the
Because
inner
Delhi,
part.
by the way, is 29.3
My buddy lives
million.
near the zoo, and he still lives in Philadelphia.
Shanghai
You know
is
what I mean?
26.3, Sao Paulo, Brazil 21.8, Mexico City 21.6, Cairo 20, and then so on and so forth.
Okay.
But Tokyo is the most populated city in the world.
This is a sports podcast.
Yeah, I've
I
been
know.
trying to get back to sports for
I
like
totally
an hour.
forgot we're not doing Nerds
Anyway,
Awards.
Ichiro, Japan.
Fucking I can say Super Bowl on this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't stop us on a podcast.
No, I don't know.
I heard them say it on the radio the other day, and I was like, that guy's either getting fired or fined.
Wait, how come they could say it and we can't? I mean, they can't say it, but we can.
I don't think we can.
We can say Super Bowl. Absolutely. Who the fuck are they to say I can't say Super Bowl?
I think I just can't market stuff as
Yeah.
right?
If I said, hey, are you watching the Super Bowl? I don't work for a radio
Oh, wait,
station.
shit, but they can't say it on TV. He's right.
What?
Like the Simpsons can't say
Yeah,
like
I'm not the
Super
fucking
Bowl.
Simpsons. I'm Jeff Colella. What are you gonna come after me?
I'm Jeff Clell, people's
What do you
champ.
want? What do you want? Money? I don't got it. I'll
No,
say
I
whatever
don't
I
want
want.
the episode to get pulled. My point.
Oh, all right. Maybe I should stop saying it then. All right. I was just saying they can't do anything to me. They could do something to you. You may be affected. Do you know what I mean? Though, like what you can
big
only
games
say,
this Sunday.
You can only say.
All right,
in the comfort of your own home.
You can. I'm gonna say Super Bowl. You can say Super Bowl. Fuck it.
You can?
Yeah, say Super Bowl. We're gonna be watching the Super Bowl because we're not just gonna be watching the big game.
What does it say?
Fucking
What does it
idiot.
say on the internet?
On radio stations, they have to say the big game.
Yeah, no, they don't actually.
Well, to not have to pay money.
Oh, maybe that's it.
It's almost like singing Happy Birthday.
Well, no, because
That's
they.
not a thing anymore.
No
It's-
way,
it's,
really?
It's not. It's
Yeah,
not. It's
that-
not
that
copyrighted.
lapsed
Well, let's
like
be
a
real.
while
Who
ago.
gives
Yeah.
a fuck? Because what a garbage song.
Garbage.
Garbage song. That's even Olive Garden's version of the Happy Birthday is better than that. Happy Birthday. Da, 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 da. Even that's better than
As
fucking-
long as you don't use it in advertising.
Yeah. So I was right.
Hey guys, welcome to the
But yeah,
this
so-
is the Super Bowl. Brought
welcome
to you by
54.
So we do have a podcast today. It's supposed to be sports. right?
Sorry, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
fine.
another
You wanna talk about the Super
population
Bowl?
density
Since
of
the
the
Super Bowl's
world.
been up, you guys want to talk about the Super Bowl?
Yeah, so I've had this up.
Oh
for a
yeah,
little
the
while.
population of the world and this, I guess. So,
This is a very interesting game.
a very interesting game. 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs. The 49ers are away. It's so stupid.
Sure.
I know it doesn't matter.
Sure.
I'm just kidding.
It's jerseys, bud.
I know.
Where's that? Miami? Miami.
It's
this
Miami.
year?
By the way, did you see what Barstool Sports? Oh, by the way, you see Barstool Sports just closed out a gigantic, like they started their own.
Like $450 million or some shit like
You
that.
see that? Pull that shit up, F.
Good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
Good for them. I
so
think they're
what did
super
they,
entertaining.
They got. I didn't read the whole. They got bought, or they signed a deal
They
with
signed
a
deal with
booking.
casino.
a casino?
booking thing.
They have their own booking agency now, essentially, right? Barstool.
Selling a big stake to the. Jesus Christ.
Okay, Barstool Sports is selling a big stake to a casino company in a deal that values the company. Wow, Jesus Christ, $450 million. Penn National is a U.S. casino company in a deal that values the digital media brand of $450. Okay, so could you open that though? Like, what are they for? What though? Like
What stake? Like how much stake?
But it's for It's for online gambling, sports betting, right?
Probably.
No, that's definitely what it is. It's
If
for
gaming.
yeah, national gaming and sports betting.
Oh my god! And by the way, casinos make $450 million like a day.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. God,
I got you. Yeah. I know what you're saying. Sometimes they just don't let you.
It's like I just want to read news. Can I just read news?
Oh, see, the exclusive talk is $163 million. What the fuck does that mean?
Gambling company, Penn National Gambling will buy about a third. Oh, they're buying a third of Barstool.
Oh no. So yeah, look, they're valued at $450 million. It's probably like
Okay,
their
they're
net
gonna
worth
pay
thing.
$163 million though. Penn National.
Listen, this is a sports blog company. Well,
And
in
that-
2003.
But they just started their Barstool booking company, right? From this.
I guess
I think
don't know
so.
What, I don't know what that means.
In other words, like instead of like going to like AC
Right.
to book through them, you could book through them.
Oh, to book.
Like games,
Like, yes.
game gambling.
I'm thinking like book guests. I'm like, I don't think they have a problem getting guests, dude. I think they just get they're always booking. That's literally where my brain went. I was like, even though we already said casino and gambling, my brain still didn't go to booking.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's what I meant, Jeff. Fucking gambling. Yeah, they started their own
Thank
booking
God I'm
company.
here.
That's what I mean. Like their own sports booking.
Dude, good for them.
Yeah, that's
Good for
crazy.
them, dude.
And did you see what? Could you go to Dave Portnoy's Stool Presidente or President or however it is on Instagram? His fucking Instagram page. What the fuck
Dave
is Dave Portnoy's Instagram? But what is it on Instagram? Like El Presidente or Stool Presidente?
or something like that.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy Instagram. Yeah.
Stool Presidente.
Yeah. And just go to.
It's private.
Oh, fucking! I follow him. God damn it. He posted a great thing. He's like, see what I'm going to do with all my new money? And he's flying around that Goodell
Yep.
clown thing right around Miami Beach. Hilarious.
Not to get heavy again, but I went to an Eagles training camp where they sent, at the training camp, there was one of the planes with the banners, and it said, like, you know, go Cowboys, like, fuck the Eagles.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa, what the fuck is this? So then Eagles did, like, a GoFundMe, and they paid to do the same thing for the Dallas Cowboys stadium, and the pilot who flew the plane in Dallas crashed and died. And you're like, oh my god, we did that to him. Like, we were like, hey, could you go to Dallas and like fuck around at the stadium? And he was like, no, because I can't, because I fucking died. And we were like, fuck. All right, well, we didn't get them back really, because it kind of just feels like we lost twice.
By the way, it's such
That's
a
so
fucking
bad.
trash Philly thing that would happen to you guys too. It's like,
Yeah.
of course it happened to you guys.
To us guys?
Philly.
What are you? Because you're a New York guy?
Yeah.
But you're not even proud about it?
I am now.
Who's your teams?
Don't worry about it. Giants, Rangers, Yankees. I don't watch basketball, so but I would.
Because the Knicks fucking suck.
I would go for the Knicks though.
I would go for the Nets. No.
No, I'll go for the Knicks. Blue and orange, baby.
Then why don't you like the Mets?
I'm a Yankees fan.
Blue and orange, baby.
I don't like losing.
You know what? It's okay. My favorite people are like I like the Cowboys, the Yankees,
That's
the
annoying.
Bulls, and you're like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
fuck
Yeah.
you,
No.
fuck
I mean,
you.
I
the Lakers, you're like, fuck you.
No, I mean, my dad was like, as if someone was like a baby, he's like, "You're a Yankees fan." I was like, "Thank you, Dad."
See, good call.
Good call.
27 championships later.
My mom, Met fan, and she tried pulling some shit. Like this is a story. She had me in Met stuff one day, and my dad was like, oh, "Okay."
He threw you out.
And just he threw me out, and then they got a brother, and I'm not. That's it. No, and
We'll make him a Mets fan.
and my dad was like, "Okay, cute," and just took it off, and it was like threw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
Like, Yankee stuff now. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Thank you."
I think I got even more lucky though, and I'm just gonna shit on baseball a second.
Go
I
ahead,
was
I love
told
baseball.
not to like baseball.
I love baseball.
Yeah, no, I totally understand, but like I never had to sit through 4-hour games of baseball.
Fuck the Astros,
So-
though, huh?
I guess.
They fucked the Yankees out of a
Yes.
fucking.
Here's the thing.
championship.
Baseball's just so backwards on their rules and morals. It
Terrible.
doesn't make any sense.
I know.
That's what took me out of it.
Yeah.
Watching all of the growing up in the steroid era, like the meat of it in the 90s.
By the way, I don't care about that as much.
That bothered.
even-
I do.
Well, does it fuck up the integrity of the game? Yes. Looking back on it, after we got rid of steroids and everyone was winning games 1-0, you're like, all right, we should bring it back. Even baseball this year, whether they say it or not, they're juicing the balls. So the players aren't juicing, but they're juicing the balls
Yeah.
to get more home runs.
Yeah.
So that also equally fucks up the integrity of the
The
game
Sosa-
just run by
the
the
Sosa-
government.
That's where you lose me. I
Hold
mean,
on, but the Sosa
yeah.
McGuire home run battle literally saved baseball.
Yes, 100%. Not only that, you got to look at it from the standpoint of, you have a guy in like Pete Rose and Barry Bonds who you go, we're not putting them in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna kick Pete Rose out of baseball for
Yeah.
gambling on baseball as a manager, and you're like, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. These guys cheated and won a World Series, and they said, hey, you're gone for a year. And you're
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
For a year?
Yeah.
What are the punishments? What are the punishments?
Pete Rose is better on himself.
Pete Rose should be back. He put him in he got 3,000 hits.
4.
He's got 4,000 hits. Somebody said the other day, great. I meant over 3,000 hits, but like that's for me. If you had over 3,000 hits,
I think he has 4, right?
I think you're right. Now that you say that,
Yeah.
100%. After you hit 3,000 hits, you're in the Hall of Fame. I
Yeah,
don't care
I
who
agree.
you are.
I totally
that's
agree.
That's a stat
But
that's
by
not
the
easy
way,
to hit.
and I feel like this is as a Yankee fan.
Good.
Even hearing me as a Yankee fan say this, I'm like, Derek Jeter is one of the best fucking.
I
This is even-
don't
it's
like the
42-56 hits, dude.
256.
That's really good.
It's crazy.
What do you mean that's
Fucking
really
nailed it.
good? That's insane.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Here's what you just said though. I don't even really like the Yankees.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter is one of my favorite players
Yeah.
of all time.
Oh, I love Derek Jeter.
You cannot find a guy who has played like they said. What Kobe Bryant was to L.A. is what Derek Jeter is to New York. Like that is just their
Dude,
guy.
first of all,
and sorry to cut you
No,
off
no.
away. He's dated the hottest girls of all time. He's dated the hottest girls of all time.
His track record
His-
is crazy.
They said they go, would you rather be Tom Brady or Derek Jeter? I said Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. Why? Same amount of championships, except you're married versus banging Jessica Alba one weekend, banging
Right.
Jessica Biel the next
Hey.
weekend. Like
And he used to leave in gift baskets when he was done fucking them.
that's so cool.
Yeah, it kind of helps.
It's so
that
cool.
He's a little bit more likable.
Right? He's like
super
he's
likable.
So much more.
He's like,
likable.
hey, thanks for letting me wreck
Right.
your fucking pussy. Also, here's this beautiful basket.
I'm from Philadelphia, and I like Derek Jeter. You're from this area. You like Derek Jeter. You're an Eagles fan. You like Derek Jeter.
I
dude.
love
Yeah.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah,
I hate
that's
peop-
saying
that's
something.
I hate
how
people
awesome
who are
Derek
like,
Jeter was.
Derek Jeter was what? What? Overrated? Oh, the guy has 6 fucking rings, the most clutch playoff hitter of all time, has the most hits in any, has more World Series hits than any other player, has, I think, more playoff hits than any other player, too. I think.
If you wrote his career as a script, you would go, it's not believable.
Oh, and then
Right.
his last
His-
at-bat at Yankee Stadium, a walk-off win, which, by the way, the Orioles were that they needed to win
They
that game
needed to win
to
that
get
game.
into the playoffs, and they should have walked him.
And they didn't give it to him.
Terrible
It's
managing.
It's not like they gave it to
No.
him. They were like, we'll
They
let him have a
needed to
nice
win that
moment.
game to get in the playoffs.
And his 3,000th hit, home run.
Home run.
Like everything about him.
By the way,
Literally-
I cried after he walked off with the Orioles. I cried.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I'm not even gonna fucking
Yeah.
make fun of you for that at all
Yeah, you
because I
should.
think you
Fight
should.
everybody in this
Sports
room.
makes me fucking emotional.
Fight, make fun of him, please. Why are
No,
you?
I'm kidding.
Sports
I'm
makes me
kidding.
emotional.
Be
I
mean.
know. I cry over everything anyway. I'm
Derek
just-
Jeter's also Mr. fucking November.
Yep. Mr.
Literally
November.
extra. You know what I mean? Like the game goes so fucking long. It creeps into November, dude. It's a fucking walk-off home run.
Clutch.
Like everything about him. Everything about
Dude,
him.
I was watching the 96 or in the 98 World Series against the Braves, and Jeter just fucking tanking balls over right field. It's like, dude, he's so fucking clutch, man.
I will say this: as much as we also do have to say, there's a little bit of an asterisk when you hit a home run out of Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I know. It was in the right field. Center's deep.
Center's deep.
Left and right field.
Left and right field are like 309. Like
I think right field's 313 down the line.
Yeah, it's super bad.
Hey, they made that field for him.
I know. Yeah. Well, there are.
They knew he was going to be a player.
No, they really did. Like they made it for players just in general.
Yeah,
they were like, hey,
there are hitters ballparks, and there are pitchers parks.
I mean,
it's just
Fenway.
Yeah,
Hitters.
Citizens Bank's park's a hitter's ballpark all day.
Comerica.
Yeah.
Comerica is a pitcher's park. Comerica, because it's deep.
I always think
deep
about that.
field.
If you're like a pitcher or something, like, do you sign somewhere specifically? Where
yeah.
you're
Well,
I don't.
Don't go to the Rockies.
Don't go to the Rockies.
If you want to hit home runs, go to the Rockies.
You want to hit home runs. If you want to be a pitcher, you
Don't
stay
go to
the
the
fuck out of Colorado. You get out of those mountains. You
get out of the
dude.
mountains.
get out of there, man.
Dude, get out of literally, you fucking like foul a ball. It's like,
Hey, can we get back to the Super Bowl?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
So, Super Bowl. So, Pat Mahomes, Jimmy Garoppolo, male model versus
Jimmy
Kermit the
Pornstar,
Frog.
baby. Jimmy Pornstar.
I'm gonna give my little take on how I think the Chiefs have to how the Chiefs win this game is if they slow down, they don't win this game. I think Chiefs have to go out there. Chiefs have to high impact, high velocity offense in their face, even maybe a lot of no huddles.
Yeah.
Keep the pace, because what are the 49ers good at all year? Dominant defensive line, dominant linebacker core, settling in, stopping the run, right? If the Chiefs are just constant high pace, it gets them frazzled. I think that's how they score. I think if you give the 49ers a chance to recoup, set up their defense, and then give them also their offense a chance to just run the ball, they can lose that game.
I like it because you're going from one team that has a super exciting offense versus a team with a super exciting defense.
Yeah.
And I think everybody keeps talking about the Chiefs, and I feel like it's a little disrespectful to the Niners.
Agreed.
That everybody is like, dude, Andy Reid and the Chiefs, baby. Andy Reid and the Chiefs. And I'll tell you right now, I think this game comes down to two things. I think it comes down to coaching, because we all know, as much as you can, or you may or may not like Andy, he makes mistakes. Like maybe a timeout in the first 6 minutes of the game. And you're like, we might need that later on. And then we do, and then you blow it, and we don't win the game. Like, he mismanages a lot. If he can just get his fucking head on his shoulders to win the big one, which he's never done before, because I think Kyle Shanahan's a phenomenal coach. I think it boils down to that, and I think it boils down to, can the Chiefs stop the run? Because if the Chiefs can't stop the run, and that defense is establishing themselves, and Andy makes random mistakes, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The Niners could eat. I don't know what the betting odds are on this thing, but a lot of people are picking the Chiefs.
I'll look that up after.
A lot of people are picking the Chiefs, and I'm leaning towards the Niners because I bet those guys are in the locker room going, we're getting disrespected.
I know the over-under is like 52.5 or something like that.
That sounds right. I think it's going to be like 30-something to 20-something.
I would say under that, though.
Okay.
I think the under.
But you know what? Also, the Chiefs can score 28 points in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's true.
It's literally unbelievable.
True. Also, the 49ers threw the ball 8 times.
Super close, actually.
Last game.
49ers are +1, Chiefs -1. And that's the opening odds.
So that's essentially even almost.
It's basically,
Yeah,
it's
over
basically
under, and the current odds are
I think it
+1.5,
started-
-1.5. So it really hasn't changed too much.
I would say, I think a lot of the
49ers
early-
same way.
What's the over-under officially?
1.5.
The
for the
total
final.
score.
54.5.
Oh, by the way, Kevin, because Kevin's obviously on this fucking podcast, but he's not here. He said he's taking the Chiefs and he's taking the under for his pick.
All right.
Yeah.
that's weird.
So I'm, from what you were saying, Adam, you were kind of making it seem like it would be easy for the Chiefs to just do like their quick offense.
No, not easy. I'm saying I feel like that's what they have to
I know.
do to
I
win
think
the game. Yeah.
I think the thing that should scare the Chiefs the most is actually the fact that the secondary for the 49ers is damn good.
It's damn good.
Damn
So
good. Sherman's playing exceptionally well. Coming off an
And-
ACL tear, son.
And he's
The
also
question
kind of
is-
like being the field general. He's really kind of helping out all of the guys on the
love Richard
field.
Sherman.
Trying.
By the way,
making sure it's good.
I think Mr. John Lynch has a little bit of impact on that.
Oh, of course.
Because, by the way, I want to throw this out
Big
there.
John Lynch fan.
He was my favorite player growing up, sir.
Really, I love that.
Because I played safety growing up. I
White boy,
played
you hit hard.
safety until my until I was 25 years old. Like I played, football for a long time.
Right.
When I was in high school, that's when John Lynch was playing for the Bucks and winning in 2002 the championship. And I saw
that defense.
Dude, it was incredible. So I saw him play, and I was like, I want to play safety like John Lynch because that's like to me. That's how you play safety. Yeah. You fucking you just punish whoever comes across your way.
You're not a Philly guy, but you gotta love Dawkins.
Oh, I love Dawkins.
I was gonna say you gotta love Dawkins.
No. I love Brian Dawkins. I don't like.
I
Philly.
love Brian Dawkins.
Oh, dude,
I have an embarrassing video of me seeing him at the parade, and I'm losing my mind. I'm like Brian.
If you watch highlights of the 2002 Super Bowl, you have John Lynch is on the field. He's mic'd up, and he is calling the plays before they. Like he's in the defensive huddle, and he's going, "Hey," because Dexter Jackson was a free safety at the time, and John Lynch is strong safety. He's going, DJ. He's like coming across the middle, and it's like he's calling him, and he's picking off. He's like Dexter Jackson's making the pick. He's like, "Told you."
Yeah,
and he's like Brooks. He's there. He's like inside. He's like he's calling all the plays. Yeah, and he knew everything.
He's doing a damn good job as a GM. He's doing great. I was questioning it. I was like, him as a GM, what experience does he have? I know he's a player, but like, I mean, to jump into a straight GM role,
that's what I was saying.
He's done great. He's probably also surrounded by a lot of like good guys in the front office, but no, I love John Lynch, and I think you're 100% right that he has something to do with the Richard Sherman thing, and that listen, you can't front on that defense. That defense is really fucking
Nick
good.
Bosa, what up?
Nick Bosa is better than Joey, and Joey's a monster.
He is better than Joey,
and
Joey's so
monster.
Good. I know.
And they're saying Chase Young's only better than both of them.
I know.
Which you're like, I mean, now this guy's a fucking superhero. This guy's built differently.
It's like, did you ever see the Derrick Henry highlights when he was in high school? Yeah. It's like, that's a man playing football with children.
It's like when you have that basketball team and you're like, that guy's 12. And you're like, no, he's fucking not.
Yeah,
he's
he's not.
No, he's not.
He's 27. Yeah.
Like, no.
It's just crayon. I am 12. Yeah.
See, I am rooting for the Chiefs, but I think
I'm rooting for the Niners because of Mr. Lynch.
That's fair. I'm rooting for the Chiefs because I do want Andy to get one now that I'm not bitter about it. If we didn't win one, I would not be rooting for him to win one.
No. Oh, before? If he would have won before us, I would have been very, very upset.
Yeah, like after leaving Philly and we never got one and he got one, I would have been pissed.
Yeah. Especially if it was during those Chip Kelly years, I would have been very upset.
Fuck Chip Kelly.
I know.
Yeah, he ruined you guys for a little bit, huh?
He fucking ruined you guys for a little bit.
Huh? Yeah. Well,
everyone,
you're
not a Niners fan, but I say it as if you are right now. Like I know you're a fucking Giants fan, but for the sake of this you're on the Niners train. So I gotta say he ruined the Niners for a bit too.
Yeah, but I'm on the Niners train. By the way, I like if the Chiefs win, I'd be happy for them. I don't actually care who wins. I'm just saying, like if you have to put a gun to my head, I'm rooting for the Niners purely because of John Lynch.
That's fair.
That's it.
I also feel like when you have a great defense versus a great offense, usually the great defense wins.
Well, defense. I mean,
defense wins games. Seahawks,
the Ravens,
Broncos.
2000 Ravens, which by the way, that fucking defense is so good.
Oh, Trent Dilfer, what a good quarterback. No, I could have been quarterback for that team.
Dude, I remember Brandon Stokely embarrassing Jason Stehorn and his pants falling down. I was like, fucking, we're going to lose this game.
I saw what I still think is the greatest Hall of Fame class. I went to Canton, Ohio to watch Brian Dawkins, Ray Lewis, Brian Urlacher, Randy Moss. T.O. didn't come, but T.O. was on it.
Yeah, on it.
And then, dude, that alone right there is one of the greatest Hall of Fame classes you could see. And none of them even gave the best speech. Offensive lineman for the Green Bay Packers in the 60s for Bart Starr came up there and was hilarious.
Really?
I was like, who is this guy? He's awesome. I love him. I was such a big fan of him afterwards. I was like, dude, he might have like put the cherry on top of this bad boy. But, dude, you're talking about, I mean, that's my childhood. Dawkins, Urlacher, Ray Lewis.
Yeah. That's my high school like playing days.
So you're a safety guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you with a couple names. I need you to rank them for me.
Ooh.
Because for me, there's a right answer. All right? It's not it's your opinion, but you could be wrong. So,
okay.
Please rank these safeties for me. John Lynch.
Okay. Well, it's
that's fine. That's fine.
It's
You
one
do what you got to
me.
do. That's fine.
Okay.
Ed Reed.
Okay.
Brian Dawkins.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Polamalu. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, I was going to say, how about Ronnie Lott?
I'll put put Ronnie Lott on there.
All right, Lynch number one.
There's one thing I care about of what you say, and I just go ahead.
Lynch number one because I have to.
That's
again,
fine.
as my boy, So that's the guy I grew up watching and idolized, so I had to put him one. Even though statistically, I understand statistically it wasn't the best.
It's your list.
But I want to say it's not all about statistics. It's about defensive gameplay in mind too. Yeah. And again, he literally
sometimes
helped.
Numbers don't show the other cool,
also,
great stuff you're doing.
Barry Sanders said the hardest he's ever been hit on a football field was by John Lynch.
And not only that, Barry Sanders to me is arguably the greatest running back of all time. Retired early.
Boom.
I mean,
agreed. Retired too early. Also, stop playing for Detroit.
Also, score a touchdown. Score a touchdown. Act like you've been there before. Here you go, sir.
Right.
Here's the ball.
Here's the ball.
Never saw. I love Barry
Here's
Sanders.
the ball. I love him. I have a Barry Sanders shirt. Yep, me
you
too.
watch almost all of the football lives are on YouTube. Barry Sanders' football life is one of the best ones.
Fair.
Charles Woodson's is one of the worst.
How about Rob Woodson?
Wine. It's stupid. I was just say through wherever you wanted. I more care about those core four guys.
Okay.
I was like, where do you rank these
okay,
guys?
So
everybody. I mean, listen, we can go all day on safeties.
I know. Okay, so Lynch won. Reed 2.
And I think that's correct because I personally think Reed should be 1. But it's a very respectful thing you're doing there by putting him 2.
Reed would be 1 if
Lynch is your guy.
But Reed 2, Dawkins 3. Here's my fucking opinion. I'm gonna get shit for. I think Palomalo was fucking overrated.
Oh, me and Adam are best friends.
Yeah!
That's all I cared about you saying. Yeah! That's all I cared about you saying.
I was gonna. If you kept adding people, Troy Palomalo for me honestly might have fallen out of the top 10 of all time.
Before I let you guys, Jesse looks mad at me, but before I let you guys chime in, hold on.
He's very good. He's not better than Brian
Before you guys chime in, I want to say why I think that. Now, as someone who I played safety a very long time at all different levels of football, I studied that position a lot. I watched a lot of film on that position from great players. I watched a lot of film myself and other players. If you watch Troy Polamalu, he happened to be in the right place at the right time a lot. Whereas,
and I do think it has to do with him watching film.
He
and
wasn't.
Where he had to go.
Necessarily. He wasn't the one making the play.
Yeah.
It was someone else making the play, and he's like, "Oh, the ball's here."
Yeah.
He wasn't the one. Now that one-handed sliding catch is incredible.
One of the greatest highlights.
I'm not saying like he's not an incredible athlete, or he's not. He's a good safety.
He's great. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes,
he's not better than those other guys.
He's somebody who played safety. He was a little sloppier than those guys.
Yeah, he's a little more reckless.
He was all over the place
because that defense was so good.
Yes.
It almost was. It's almost like he played center field.
Oh, we also had Ryan Clark with them.
Yeah,
who is a better safety,
and
all-around safety.
And I don't know. You guys ever heard of that defensive coordinator before?
Oh,
Pretty
yeah,
well known.
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever heard of him. Only been in the league for 48 years.
He's only 1,003 years old.
1,000 years old. Dude, it's easy to do that. I'm saying Brian Dawkins was asked to do things that other safeties were not asked to do. Blitz all the time, cover tight ends, cover receivers, cover the deep. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Brian Dawkins did everything. Dude, forced fumbles, sacks. I mean, interceptions. Scored a touchdown in the game.
Yeah.
Like the guy's not defensively. You know what I mean?
No, he was great. He was a hybrid. He was fucking great.
It drives when people always talked about growing up, Ed Reed, Dawkins, Polamalu. People would always be like, Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu, and then Brian Dawkins. And I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Ed Reed was.
I think Troy Polamalu is slightly overrated. I do think he has the skill set to be a Hall of Fame player. I'm not saying he's bad.
So
I'm not saying he's bad. He's 2, or does he have 1? He's got 2, right? Because
was he on the
Seattle and Arizona? Was he not on the Arizona team?
Was he not on the Seattle team?
He was definitely on the Seattle team.
Are you sure?
No.
I think he was for sure on the Arizona team and not on the Seattle team.
Well, he could have had another one too, but he lost to the Packers.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
Which was a great Greg Jones.
Oh, he does have 2? Oh, so okay.
Okay.
So I'm wrong. Sorry.
Again, that's something too that people like. Even Ed Reed.
Ed Reed was not. Oh no, he wasn't on the 2000 team.
He has 1 though because of Flacco.
Flacco. Right.
But people say he's like a lot of people assume I already have one. I don't. I didn't come till after.
Right.
But people always assume that Ray Lewis
was not
defense
part of that team.
was with Ed Reed.
Right. Nope.
So, and it's always I always get that, but
it was for the majority of his career though. That's why.
Yeah.
Ed Reed was there, but he wasn't
literally after they won. He was like
team. 03, right, or 02? He came out because he was a part of the U, right? That crazy team.
We were just talking about it.
But it was mostly because Ray Lewis played for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played for a long time.
But I was gonna say Ed Reed was such a talent because he was the best. Ed Reed was the best ball hawk safety of all time.
Yeah, easily.
Better than Dawkins. Easily. Better than
Ed Reed's the only guy.
Rod Woodson.
Even as an Eagles fan, and I'm a diehard Dawkins guy, I sit there and I go, Ed Reed, you talented son of a bitch.
Because here's the difference between Ed Reed and Dawkins. Dawkins was a more well versed. He more of, again, tackle. He's a more well-rounded tackler, a blitzer,
Right.
a better coverage, like man up.
If you were a defensive coordinator, you loved Brian Dawkins.
Right, but
Because
with
you're like, I can do a lot with you.
Right, but with Ed Reed, it's like good luck throwing the ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you're not. You're not.
Because
You wanna
like
go
he's
deep?
getting it. It's crazy.
Do you want to go deep? That's a mistake. You want to go over the middle? Because Ray
Mistake.
Lewis is in it. That's a mistake. You want to go? What are you going to run it on this pass
Tony
rush?
Siragusa. Oh, and Terrell Suggs. Paul. Remember Peter Boulware?
Yeah. Haloti Nada.
Haloti Nada. Dude, that team was fucking.
I mean,
nuts.
get out of here. How do you? Where
Paul
do
Kruger
you
was
go?
good. Yeah, that team was great.
And then that's why you can have a guy like Trent Dilfer on your fucking team. You know, it's like
Yeah.
And Joe Flacco.
And Joe. Hey, he's elite.
Flacco's better than Dilfer.
Hey, he's
He was a
elite.
lot better than Dilfer.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Joe Flacco's
Joe
from,
Flacco's a good quarterback.
Joe
Yeah.
Flacco's from my high school
He's
area.
from well, he went to Delaware college.
Yeah, but he's from Audubon, New Jersey.
Yeah.
He my gym teacher in high school was his head coach in high school.
Oh, really?
Which was really funny because I remember specifically in 7th grade I went to football camp and he brought a Delaware University Joe Flacco to the camp and he gave us like autographs and stuff and I remember being like, who gives a fuck? Because the guy was like, he'll probably get drafted in the NFL and I was like, you have to say that. So
Right.
he probably fucking won't.
A quarterback from
And-
Delaware in the NFL.
And
Okay.
I remember specifically, I asked him a question. You have to like ask him a question,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Do you think you're better than Donovan McNabb?" And he's like, "I like to think I'm better than everybody." And then like 2 years later, he like made Donovan McNabb get benched in a game because the Ravens were kicking the fuck out of us. And I was like, "Okay, well that answers that question." I feel stupid.
Yeah. So those are my.
I
Yeah.
played against I played football against Flacco's cousins and brothers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they hit hard. Some of them don't play quarterback.
I played against a few guys who were like wound up going to like USC and stuff.
Oh yeah, we played. Paulsboro had fucking the Pittsburgh running back. I think Isaac no, who the fuck was it? I forget. But there was like a dude literally in our town that we played for. We played against all these guys, and they fucking like 3 or 4 of them went to the NFL. And you're like, fuck you.
Remember Stephen Gregory? He played safety for the Chargers and the Patriots. He picked up the butt fumble from Mark Sanchez and scored.
Yeah. Okay.
This quick little white guy,
Yeah.
Staten Islander.
Really?
Went to Curtis High School, but he was a running back though in high school, and then went to college. They're like, you can't play running back anymore.
Yeah.
You're not cut out for that. And then they're like, go to safety, and they moved safety and went to the NFL.
It's funny because then like it's one of those things where like I didn't even go to Audubon, and you're like, dude, Joe Flacco, I mean, he's from my area. It's almost like the Gillis thing that happened. And everyone's like, Shane, I actually know him. I've performed around him once or twice, and you're like, oh wow, you guys. Are
I've
best
had
friends.
multiple conversations with Shane.
Yeah.
So
Same, but you know what I mean? Like, everybody just elevated it a
Yeah,
little bit. They're like,
of
yeah,
course.
no, actually, my best friend made SNL. And you're like, hey,
my best friend.
shut your
And
fucking
it's like,
mouth.
I made SNL. It turns
into that.
Hey,
Like, I played safety, actually, for the Baltimore
I
Ravens.
actually was like on the team. I don't know if you guys know that.
Practice squad.
before we get this ended, what are you guys' picks? Who do you guys have in the
I'm
game?
going Niners.
You going Niners?
Just to go against everybody who's
I'll go Niners.
saying Chiefs.
Okay.
I'm going to go Niners.
I'll go Niners.
But I'm going to go, if the Chiefs win, I think the Chiefs win by double digits. I think if the Niners win, they win by like 3.
I go nine. I take Niners in the under.
I'll take Niners in the over.
Ooh.
I'm actually taking the Chiefs in the over.
Wow.
I don't
That's
know.
probably
If,
the
I
safest bet.
don't know
I
if the
know.
Niners are going to be able to keep up. But the only thing is if the Chiefs can't get going, there's
That's what I'm saying.
no game.
That's my
You're
point.
right.
I mean, it's gonna be a lower scoring game because the Niners are just gonna run the ball out, and they're gonna probably score 3 or 4 touchdowns.
I think the Niners score. Again, I think people think the under because they're like, yeah, but are the Niners going to score that many points? I think the Niners score a few times.
The Niners
defensively
can score
and
50
special
points on their
teams.
own.
Like, I think they maybe get like a pick 6. They get like
I
a
also
fumble.
factor in
Tyreek
it's the
Hill's the
fucking
fastest guy
Super
ever.
Bowl
It's different.
and pressure, and people are a lot of even coaches, especially both those guys have been there and lost.
Yeah.
So they're like,
yeah.
maybe let's not take 60-yard shots downfield in the first half.
You know who I love, though, that I am rooting for? Honey Badger.
Oh man,
Tyrann Mathieu. I'm a big.
I'm always rooting for that guy. I
I'm
like
a big
him,
LSU
dude.
guy, so I always like
think
the
everybody
players that
likes
come out of
Tyrann
LSU.
Mathieu.
Oh yeah, I love Tyrann
oh
Mathieu.
J-Lo and Shakira are gonna do the halftime show.
Oh, at least they got people that like fit together this time. They always picked people that never meshed.
Oh, like Bruno Mars and Coldplay.
No, I believe it was Bruno Mars and the Chili Peppers.
Yeah, it was Bruno Mars and the Chili Peppers. That was
And you're
very
like,
strange.
who chose that? And then
Yeah.
it's like Black Eyed Peas and Slash.
Then who the hell was Coldplay with?
Coldplay did
They were with a
probably
weird
with
group
like
of
Katy
people.
Perry or some shit. They were with a weird one, and it was pretty.
I thought it was
like
Bruno
a pretty,
Mars,
No,
Beyonce, but it was then Beyonce and someone else, right? It was Bruno Mars. It was.
No, Bruno Mars was
So it was
Red Hot Chili
Coldplay,
Peppers.
Beyonce, and Bruno Mars?
It was. Yeah, it was Bruno Mars, Beyonce, and Coldplay.
Woo,
Yeah.
guy with
Who
brain
did the Chili
damage
Peppers
remembered.
one?
Fuck
Who
you
did the
guys.
Chili Peppers one?
Chili Peppers was the New York Super Bowl.
But I was almost positive
right.
that was almost really. So it was the Denver Seattle one.
Yeah.
So then who? But who else was with the Chili Peppers?
It was Bruno Mars.
It was Bruno Mars.
Again.
Okay, so we're all right. Then we're
Yeah,
all
we
right.
are all right.
I was like,
Holy
I feel
shit.
like I'm not saying you're wrong, but I feel like
Because
I,
I gotta be
know
honest with you, I was like, I know I have brain damage, but like I'm pretty sure I remember
But
Coldplay
they
being made
always
fun of for
pick
that.
The
Yeah.
worst duos. You're like, all right, Lil Kim's coming back with Katy
Lil'
Perry,
Kim.
and you're like, okay. I mean, who's it? The fact that they were like, Jay-Z, you're in charge of the halftime. He's like, listen, we're gonna do J-Lo and Shakira. They fit.
Yeah.
They get it. They know what they're doing.
They're hot.
It's it. They're super
So hot.
J-Lo's like 40 something, and I would risk it all. I would drop my life for J-Lo.
Yeah,
Hey, are you guys excited for XFL?
Yes.
I am
legitimately
excited
yes.
for XFL.
It's gonna be really cool.
Wait, does Philly have a team? No, right?
No.
Fuck.
No.
I would go.
No, we don't.
Yo.
So lame.
Yo, should we make a slapstick sports trip to New York and go to a New York XFL game?
Sure.
I'm not even
Why
kidding. I'm
not?
serious.
Honestly,
Sure.
why not?
I don't know-
$25 tickets.
I
Have a
know.
fun
I don't know if
road
you guys. I
trip.
don't know if you guys would have me on, but I would come.
Yeah, that's what I was proposing.
What's the New
it.
York team again?
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who cares?
The Defenders, I think.
Probably, which is such a stupid fucking name. We don't
Terrible.
play offense. We're the Defenders.
That would be funny if they just punt every single time.
The Guardians, but close enough.
You know what? It's the same fucking thing, Ev. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking
I
thing.
feel like Guardians is a little cooler.
I could have said the wall. I could have.
It's way cooler.
You're right. It's way cooler.
It's
I
way
could've-
cooler.
The Defenders of the Galaxy would be a shit movie.
Right? I'm not going to see that. It did not make
I could have
$800
said the
million.
walls, and it's like, oh, technically you're right.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
I'm not wrong. It's like the defense. I don't know. It's whatever.
Get out of the way. I'm curious to see their new, improved, rule set or what they're gonna do to make this last any bit longer. Because last time it was like,
It was a shit show.
The
It was a
DC
shit
Defenders exist, so I don't like them already.
yeah. Well, I hate.
I don't.
Fuck them.
No, I'm gonna like. It's the first time
What
I'm
is
ever
there,
gonna root
8
for.
teams?
Wait,
What are
there's
the- what
a
are the
soccer
teams?
team?
No, that's XFL.
So I was right.
Yeah.
There is a Defenders.
There is
but
So there's
there's
the
DC
Defenders and a Guardian.
Yeah,
That's
That's
hilarious.
fucking
What,
retarded.
there's only like 8 teams, right?
That's like the
there's not.
Canadian.
Could you read off the name? Oh yeah, we need to read off the names.
Yeah.
Let's see who's got the best names. I
Hey,
feel
give
like
me a
one of
sec.
the teams are Dragon, right? That's already the best.
Hold on. Can you put Jesse's mic on and just so you can talk into it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jess, you gotta talk to the side of it though. Like
Where see the peach here.
where the just push it back. You can fuck. You can push it up so you can fuck with it.
All right. We good?
Talking to like the side, like
See
the
this?
side.
See right
So,
here?
okay, I got
Like
you.
that, yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
there you go.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
all
Oh, by the way,
right.
Jesse Pedraza, he's going to be the DropTent's newest producer.
Yes.
He's gonna,
Hey,
so
I'm
Evan's
here.
executive producer and Jesse's just producer, I guess.
Hey, he's the pit. He's the producer in training. Good job.
Yeah,
man.
He's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
Yoda.
Yeah.
So, but read up those names to us, buddy.
What's up, Luke?
So yeah, DC Defenders.
You wanna get him on camera,
Stupid
Ev, you
name.
can
That's
get him
in
on
last
camera.
place so far.
Whatever, dude. I'm a DC boy. So
That's
let's
fine. That
fucking
name's
go.
dumb as shit. That's almost as
I
dumb
know.
as the Redskins.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Racist. By the
It's
way,
almost
we
as
got-
racist as that team name.
St. Louis has a team again, and they're the Blackhawks or
That's
no,
racist.
Battlehawks.
I was like, well, wait. So the Damn.
St.
You lose
Louis.
the Rams and you get the Battlehawks.
actually,
get
Battlehawks
Battlehawks.
is kind of cool.
That's the number one name so far.
all
I
right.
like that. Yes, everybody's so fun.
And then Houston are the Roughnecks.
Terrible.
That's stupid.
That's
terrible.
It's better than
That's
Defenders, but
stupid.
it's
By the way,
still
Roughnecks
stupid.
to the oil shit. Get over the oil shit,
I
Houston.
did.
It
I
is
miss
an
the
oil
Oilers.
rig. That's
I
their
miss the
fucking
Oilers.
logo.
But no, Jeff, I'm just saying, like, move on.
For sure. They don't have anything.
Get
Hey,
something
that's
else.
all they have. Everything cool in Texas, Dallas takes. So Houston's like, what are we doing?
Just get something
What are we
else.
doing?
The Texans, at least the Texans.
That's
Texans.
such a
Texans
bad
pretty good.
name.
But-
That's literally
but-
being like the Philadelphia
I know.
Pennsylvanians.
But it's
The
so
Philadelphia
dumb.
Phillies,
But
the
it's
Phillies.
not oil based.
The Phillies.
Yeah.
The Phillies is a bad name.
Yeah, it's named
It's
after
dumb
a
as
horse,
hell.
though. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool.
Shut
It's a
up.
cool horse. It's a cool horse.
fuck
We have
up.
those. Wait, cool. We have those candy cane looking jerseys. They're awesome.
And then we got Tampa Bay Vipers.
That's cool.
That's cool. I like that.
Battlehawks is
Okay.
cooler though.
Battlehawks cooler than Vipers, but Vipers
Okay.
is up there. It's
Yeah.
fine,
I
too.
like
Yeah.
Viper.
It's
I like
two.
Viper
It's
more
two.
than
Viper.
It's
Battlehawks.
two.
It's from Randy Orton.
Can I say Vipers is a name like when I made a custom team in Madden when I was 16?
Vipers.
It was Vipers.
Vipers.
I
Yeah, yeah.
made the Vipers.
I always made my team from Las Vegas. I don't know why. I was like,
You do?
I always threw, honestly, I always threw him over to LA to be Hollywood.
fucking
oh,
loser.
dude, you're so Hollywood, Ev.
So
You're so
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
I
dude.
try. I'm fucking Russian, dude. That's
Evan
what we're
went to
trying to be.
Moscow. He's trying to get Moscow teams.
Why won't it let me do this?
St.
God
Petersburg.
damn it.
I can't go to St. Petersburg. Like, that's Florida. He's like, it's close enough.
You can in something that I did. What I do in 2K, I think you could be from Moscow.
Probably.
You could make like a basketball team.
Oh,
from
did you ever
Moscow.
try to move a team in NHL? You could do every single Canadian city. It's
Really?
like,
Oh, really?
like almost every, like even teams you ever heard of, or
Yeah.
cities you ever heard of in Canada. It's like, Moose Fuckle. It's
Yeah,
like,
you're like, all right, I'll
okay.
be Moose Fuckles.
I'll be Moose Fuckle. Anyway,
Moose
I'm sorry,
Fuckle
Jess. Keep
Mooses?
going.
All right, we got the Dallas Renegades
Fuck that.
in Arlington.
By the way,
If you're
Dallas
on the-
and Houston, two fucking teams.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on, in
bullshit.
Texas.
yeah,
if
well,
you're-
it's a big market.
There's
True,
no
it is.
there's no Pittsburgh team or anything, right? Though, so
think so.
PA doesn't get shit.
No,
PA
but New
does
York,
not
I
get
guess. I
shit.
guess to say New York is the whole
though.
tri-state area.
PA is just huge though with football.
Then we got the Seattle Dragons.
Oh, that's my favorite
That's
one
a
now.
good one. Nah, I'm still a fan of the Battlehawks.
I'm actually really surprised
know
that
why?
they're
'Cause
making a gamble on
Seattle.
Seattle. I'm surprised that they're going to Seattle because, like, I mean, they're diehard on the Seahawks.
But it's not the same time. Who cares?
It's-
No,
yeah,
I know it's not the same
different.
time, but like,
the Seattle
but like
Dragons.
Seattle always like
Has a
embraces,
good market,
Yeah,
yeah.
not only, but they
Yeah.
always embrace their like sports.
I know,
teams.
I know.
Like they're
But,
still
like the
mad
Seattle
about
the Sounders,
Yeah.
right?
but they lost
they
they
march
lost the
and shit.
Sonics, and that was
and
that
they
was,
should bring
I know,
them
and
back.
they're still pissed.
should.
about it.
they're pissed
And they
about
should
it,
bring
but they
them
also
back.
stopped going to the games.
It's true.
I bet you though. I bet you they brought back the
Shitty weather.
Supersonics.
You
I
know what,
guarantee
though?
they'd go out
For
in
how
droves.
long?
In fairness,
Forever.
if a city
Well,
like,
because they realized they
Yep,
lost it.
Yep.
I guess.
if a city
I
like
guess.
Portland can support a basketball team, then so can fucking Seattle.
Yo, I
'Cause Portland's
remember.
white as
I remember.
fuck.
I remember. I was on the road. We were doing a gig in Ohio one time, and we drove through Columbus, and I was like, "How the fuck do they have a hockey team here?
Yeah.
Like a professional hockey team."
Yeah, well, do they have hockey teams in Florida? You're like, yeah, no, don't do that. That's stupid.
Well, it's all the old people moving from Ohio.
yeah, but
and,
no, don't have ice hockey.
But like
in
Columbus
Tampa
is like,
Bay.
oh, they have one tall building.
Yeah. Oh no, you go through Ohio
Yeah.
and you go. I know why LeBron left.
Yeah,
This
I get
place
it.
is
Anyway, we
whatever.
keep cutting Jesse off.
All right, we
Sorry,
got-
buddy.
No, we're fine. We're okay. So we got the LA Wildcats.
That's not terrible.
No, that's stupid.
Thank you.
I think
That's
that's
stupid.
I don't
dumb
think it's
as fuck.
terrible.
Wildcats. Get
It's
your
not
head in
as
the
bad
game.
as the other one.
Like what in LA? I mean,
Renegades, Defenders.
Yeah, it's not as bad as those.
and One of the other ones is
and
really
then we
bad.
got the New York Guardians.
Terrible.
Right, and
Whatever.
then DC Defenders.
Terrible.
Stupid.
Also,
And
again,
Los Angeles. Get the Los Angeles Extreme.
the least extreme city. Oh, with your kale and fucking social justiceness? Shut up.
And it's like a ninja star as their
Oh yeah, it is. Holy shit. Extreme.
it's a ninja star
Japanese
as their,
ninja star.
as their logo.
All right, we're going to a fucking Defenders Guardians game. We're going to
We're
a
not going to
Guardians
a
game.
fucking-
Oh, it's not. They don't even spell it right. They spell it with an X. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I don't like you.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Ooh.
that's the X. Oh, dude, I don't know about that.
Oh, the Los
Christ.
Angeles Extreme. Okay.
I'm not.
The LAX, I get it.
I'm not
Oh, LAX. Oh, the airport also.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Makes me hate it more.
Ew!
That is.
I hope they
stupid.
go 0-8 or whatever the
Oh,
fuck they
and
do.
they're gonna play at the same stadium. That
Yeah,
stadium.
same stadium as the Rams.
Ass.
Terrible.
That's an ass stadium. Fuck that. So are all the teams playing in the NFL versions of the stadium or no? Just
Oh,
them?
good hey, F, look that up. See where they're all playing. Can we look that up? That's a good question. I wonder where they're looking
Yeah,
up.
like where are the New York, like the Defenders playing in the Meadowlands or like the Guardians? Excuse me.
All right, so the Houston Roughnecks played TD
Oh, wow.
ECU
CenturyLink?
Stadium.
Yeah, they are playing.
That's a fucking.
Ooh.
That's the stadium.
So they're playing at CenturyLink.
MetLife.
That's this
MetLife.
MetLife. Get the fuck out of here,
Wow.
dude. Raymond James Stadium's where the fucking Bucks play.
Wow.
Audi Field. That's probably where the soccer team is, right?
CenturyLink.
The
guess
Dome of
that's
America.
I don't know
Center.
about the other ones.
I bet you they're
Not
mostly
Globe Life. That's not the Dallas. That's not AT&T.
no.
So they went,
That's
there's
probably
no
the
way they
soccer
could fill that.
stadiums. I bet you these are
Wow.
soccer stadiums.
Yeah, I think Audi Field is a soccer
Yeah, for
stadium
sure.
down there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
Scroll,
it is.
Scroll
Yeah.
over all of them. Oh,
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
weak.
Let's see.
See, I don't even have
Wow,
it.
one it was just a
That's
map.
okay. It's probably
cunts.
do dignity or yeah.
Baseball
Oh,
Oh,
stadium.
baseball,
Baseball
stadium.
stadium and-
Okay.
okay.
Oh, Globe Life Park.
the
Okay, that
Rangers?
makes sense.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
it's
making a
probably,
new
it's probably the
stadium,
minor
right?
league.
I think the Rangers are getting a new stadium.
Oh, that is the Ranger Stadium, isn't it? Globe Life?
Yeah, and I think they're getting a new. So maybe they're giving the old one.
Oh, that's where. Oh, that's
Okay.
where.
This is University of
that's
Houston
University
Stadium.
Of Houston Stadium.
Okay.
That's a good stadium.
All right.
That's a good
I
stadium.
know, big
That's-
stadium.
You should. Yeah, but yeah, I was just say actually, never mind because
You're
college
not,
stadiums
you're not
are
selling out
huge.
120,000 seaters for the XFL.
No.
I was just say actually, yeah.
Yeah,
college
as I
is
thought.
big.
Yep, that's the soccer stadium.
Yeah,
there.
Audi Field. I knew. it was
Could you
gonna be
imagine
soccer.
going from a baseball field over to like the soccer stadium and you're like, I don't even know what we're playing anymore. We're playing football.
Oh, that's where they play the fucking.
It's the old
hockey.
Edward Jones.
Yeah, it's the old Edward
Yeah.
Jones Stadium. We used to play with the Rams and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
Oh,
they
yeah.
play hockey there?
New York has the biggest attendance out of all the
I don't think
stadiums.
so.
New York has the biggest shit out of all the
No.
stadiums.
No, huh?
They have like 80,000.
MetLife.
Yeah, MetLife's the biggest one. Yeah.
Everyone else was like 60. I think one was like 25,000. I was like, ugh, they probably don't have a big fan base.
No.
It's probably Houston.
I think St. Louis is probably going to do well with their team.
I bet you they will.
They just lost.
Bet they will.
Yeah,
They only
lost
have
St.
the
Louis
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The Blues.
No,
they
got
have
the Blues. They got the
Where do they
Blues and the
play?
Cardinals.
Do they play? They don't play Edward James then? What the fuck?
No, they
Edward
play. I play NHL all the time, and I love the Blues.
The Dome. The Trans World Dome was what it used to be called. The Trans World Dome, baby.
Yeah, that's right.
We hold conventions here.
Now it's just the Dome at America Center.
I love that they give coordinates. Like, we're going to fucking know that way.
Like I just can't GPS Edward Jones Stadium.
All right, so 38 latitude.
I'll meet you there, guys.
Yeah, all right there, fellas.
Dude, I'm actually pumped for the XFL. I'm not
pumped
lying.
for it. Listen, something else.
Where are
to
the games
gamble
going to be on?
I'm
Fox
pumped
and shit?
Dude, I'm pumped for all the
think-
teams and players.
Yeah, I think maybe NBC has deals.
That's
'Cause of
crazy.
Yeah, they definitely
Dick
got.
Ebersol.
Yeah.
Remember the old kickoff? The old coin toss used to be a fight for the ball.
Yeah, and people got hurt on the first play of the game.
Great.
That's so ridiculous.
It was so great. I loved it. Man, interesting. I'm pumped.
I'm very interested to see how it goes. I'm very interested to see how the Raiders moving to Las Vegas does.
Me
'cause
too.
I think those players are going to get in trouble. Ooh, I think there's too much temptation.
And
over
you know
there.
what? It's gonna be hot in training camp.
Yeah, did you see their stadium though?
It
It looks like Darth Vader's fucking Death Star, dude.
Oh,
It's awesome.
It's actually going to be on ABC, ESPN, and Fox
Oh,
Sports.
wow.
Yeah, they didn't team up with NBC this time. That was last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Neil and I drove by it when we were in Vegas last year when they were building it, the stadium, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah, Neil and I drove by it. It's fucking big.
it looks
and it's right off like
awesome.
the highway.
McGregor said he wants to be the first fighter to like headline
Ooh.
there. He saw it. He was like, I should.
No,
we
it's
should perform
sick.
there.
No,
we
it's
should go
sick.
there. That'd be dope.
Well, I drove by. I was like, "What are they building the Death Star?"
Dude, it looks straight up like an. I still think the Vikings have one of the coolest looking stadiums, like from the outside and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
big glass point, and it's
Yes.
got like that like ridiculous.
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
The new Rams/Chargers stadium is gonna be crazy.
I haven't seen what it's even supposed to look
If you
like.
pull the schematics of the new Rams
Because
stadium,
I've
it's
seen
nuts.
like what the Raider Stadium's going to look like,
crazy.
like the theory of what I haven't seen any of.
Also, the Falcon stadium is fucking crazy.
It is, but they pump in crowd noise and they're stupid. And they put
Hey,
and they
but
put
their
Chick-fil-A in
hot
there.
dogs are cheap.
Yeah, but they
alright?
also put
They're
Chick-fil-A in there
$3
for
beers.
their Sunday games.
Which makes no sense.
They're like, well, the Thursday night
Whoa,
game.
dude, that's
Ooh,
nice, dude.
Beautiful.
That's
dude.
pretty fucking nice. That's the LA. That's gonna
Yeah.
be so much better than the Coliseum.
So much
Oh my
better.
God.
Oh my God,
I heard the
that's
Coliseum like
awesome.
runs out of water. Like, I heard that's fucking garbage.
It's
there.
literally falling apart.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's rust in the water. It's like Flint.
Ugh.
They give you Flint water for that.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like, dude, the Rams don't deserve this. Like,
Dude, that's gonna be fucking nice. Is that the only image they have of this, or they have more like
That's awesome
images?
looking.
That's not. That's like the only thing they have because it's all the other images
course it
that are up
is.
is of it being built right now.
That's fucking nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's
That's
probably,
cool. There's like a it's like an LED screen on top,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they can just change the logo
Which
or whatever.
is,
I bet you they'll show the score when they're going over from halftime and shit.
Oh, I
it'd be
bet
cool
they
as
will.
fuck.
Oh, I bet they will.
You're gonna be doing some cool shit.
Oh, I bet they will.
Yeah.
like
That would
flyovers and
actually-
stuff.
Oh,
That's why all stadiums should be crazy futuristic.
I saw. Did you see? Nate Bargatze was talking to Andrew Santino, and they were talking about Bargatze's like, I think all NFL games should be in domes. And he was like, Andrew Santino was like, why do you think that? And he goes, cause man, like you just want to enjoy the game. He goes, nobody's enjoying the game in the freezing cold. And Santino's like, yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, man, but I grew up in Chicago, so like that's all I know. And he
Right.
goes, yeah, and fuck your Bears. Like he's like, fuck, like that's
Right.
annoying. Nobody wants to. You got Nate over here from Tennessee, where
Right.
weather's fucking killing it.
Well,
And
I
you
think
got-
it's cold there in the winter too, but not like Chicago, obviously.
for sure.
Right.
But
Right,
Tennessee
yeah.
is
I know.
gorgeous.
I know.
I love
But
Tennessee.
like, I think all baseball actually games should have retractable domes.
baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, I disagree.
No, retractable domes.
I feel like I get it for football. I like the ballpark outside.
Retractable.
Yeah, but why?
Because you can't play in the fucking rain.
Who
That's
gives
why.
a fuck?
That's why
Because
because
games get delayed.
they get
It's
delayed.
dumb.
They get delayed and then
That's why
you end up not
only
playing them
have
or
a
they
retractable roof
have them
for
at the end of the
shitty
year.
weather.
You guys don't do rain delays correctly. You get more drunk during rain delays. You're there
But the
longer.
games-
It's
too many
kind
games-
of
How
fun.
many games got canceled last year from rain delay? A lot.
That's exactly
Who
that's
cares?
that's the thing. Yeah.
They don't have
That's
metal
why Seattle
bats.
has a fucking retractable roof because it rains too much.
Yeah, guess what? Football never gets canceled.
Right, that's my point.
And that's outside.
So keep it outside, right?
Yeah, you need like
Yeah, but then you
tornadoes and
can't.
shit.
Then people get mad though. Like you look at the Broncos Seahawks Super Bowl, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll probably never come back to the North."
But
again.
by the way, I didn't
But it
mind
was
that.
fine.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it either.
It just
You know what
happened
sucked?
a
It was a
week later.
blowout. That's what sucked about it.
But it was like the most like great. It was like the greatest defensive display.
Yeah,
like,
on
since the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and
or the last Super
since
Bowl.
I would say
and
since, like,
on
yeah.
that
Rams and
offense,
Patriots.
that Peyton Manning 50+ touchdown.
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as Cam Chancellor came up and hit Wes Welker, that first play, dude, it was over. It was
Bam,
over.
Chancellor,
As soon
dude.
as that
Yeah.
hit was in, it was
Yeah.
just like, all right, this is the
The
statement.
Legion of Boom was
legit.
something else.
They
And then
were
we got
so
Byron
fun to
Maxwell,
watch.
and what a fucking scrub that dude was. Holy shit. I'm actually
Scheme player.
Well, I'm big on. I'm not a huge fan of signing cornerbacks. I like drafting cornerbacks if the Eagles could fucking do it correctly. But I think you'll get
Avonte
Nnamdi
Maddox.
Asamoah. You look at Byron Maxwell. There's only certain guys that come from other teams and they're like, oh, I'm not the same player. And you're like, yeah, because you're a scheme guy. You were
Right.
drafted for a scheme. You're not a great corner. Guys like Richard Sherman, you could say he's a scheme guy, but he's also a great fucking corner.
I disagree.
He went to a
I don't
different
think
team.
he's a scheme guy. 'Cause
Well,
he's
I've
doing
heard
the
some
same-
people say it.
Well,
I know. I disagree
I
with that.
disagree.
I disagree with it.
Revis, he's talking about how he's played.
Yeah,
By the
Darrell
way,
Revis
fuck
can suck a
Revis.
dick, dude.
He can suck a dick.
I always thought Darrell
I
Revis
mean,
was
Darrell
overrated.
Revis is.
He was pretty shut down.
He was awesome.
He was
He was
amazing.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, and he went to other teams and he fucking proved it. But I also thought he was overrated because it was just like, dude, you're not making a team win.
Also, people straight up just
Oh,
stop throwing to his side.
And what pissed me off about Darrell Revis is he fucking played for shit teams his whole fucking
The
career.
Jets, the Bucks.
Went to fucking New England, won a Super Bowl because of the
I
Patriots.
forgot about that. That's right.
Did he
And
win
then-
one, really?
Yes.
Yes, he did. And then he left the next year and
Yep.
started talking shit on the Patriots. And I was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
You
no,
wouldn't
he's
even
an
have a Super
asshole.
Bowl. You went over there to get a Super Bowl and then you left and started talking shit. Go fuck yourself.
he's an
you
asshole.
literally
I don't like him.
would have a less of a Hall of Fame resume without those guys. So suck it.
Yeah. Oh,
So
he'll
suck
be in
a
the
dick.
Hall of Fame though. For
He
sure.
will.
Yeah.
But don't disrespect Richard Sherman because
I
the guy
agree.
fucking balls.
Yo, talking about, by the way, not safeties,
3
but
Super Bowls
just
he's been
defensive backs. Fucking Rondé Barber.
Yeah.
Super underrated.
Yeah.
I know. I forgot. I just forgot about that until you just gave me that look. I was like, why are you giving me that look?
He just hurts me, you know.
79-yard touchdown return?
My dad and my cousin snuck onto the field and were sidelined in the freezing cold. And my dad to this day says, Jeffrey, it's one of the coldest games I've ever been to. And I think I've never hated a human being more than watching that fucking jersey run down the sideline past us
I got
and go in.
I got frostbite on my foot that game.
You read that game?
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way,
50 yard line.
by the way,
almost 29.
by the way,
29?
Yeah,
You look
almost.
great.
by the
Thank
way,
You are.
I was going to
Rich.
say,
What do you know?
that's your Deshaun Jackson moment.
Oh, for the Giants thing? Hey.
Fair enough.
By the
That
way-
thing is
Yeah.
when I watch that, I get
I get goosebumps.
close to happy tears.
No, my point is like
That's
watching,
what's devastating to watch.
watching us have. By the way, and I say this
Dude, I
every
watched that
time.
with a Giants fan, but go ahead.
No. Every time I bring this story up, I have to say this, and I mean this. Wherever Matt Dodge is in life, I hope he's dead. So I really do. Because
Tom
like
Coughlin does too.
all you had to do was just punt it out of bounds.
It was your only job. Not only that, as much as the Deshaun Jackson thing probably hurt you guys, you also have to take a little look in the mirror and go, we basically let them score 28 straight points.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It was one of those things where it was like, it's not like it was back and forth and
You're
then
right.
Deshaun won.
But
Like, you guys
it
blew
literally
it.
is as simple as just punt it out of bounds.
For sure. And then it goes to overtime, and who knows how that game goes. You know what I mean? Eagles
that's
might
fine.
lose, and maybe it's never the story
Exactly.
it
I'll
is.
take that shit.
Yeah,
I'll
for
take
sure.
that shit.
No, yeah, he needs
What
to
that
just kick it out of
happened was
bounds.
psychotic. But anyway,
That block, though?
watching Deshaun pick up
Oh, yeah.
drop it. By the way, when he dropped it, I was like, "Oh, great, he dropped it."
Yeah.
And then he
Jason
picked it up. I was
Avant,
like,
I
"Ah, whatever."
Uh-huh.
And then after the first two, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna lose this game."
I think Jason
Yeah.
Avant got that block, I believe.
But when Rondé picked off Donovan, that's probably how you guys felt. It was like. Because that's what it's like. It's just a drop in your
Donovan's
chest.
just
Yeah.
like,
When he started jutting down the field, Deshaun, I was like, like you get those like
well,
mini breaths.
see, that was me when he dropped it. When he dropped it, I went,
yeah, definitely.
Okay,
No, I
now
watched this-
hold on. Now pull up the Rondé Barber play. To be
no,
fair,
we're not doing that.
no, it's my show. Pull the Rondé Barber play.
Oh, we have to end the
You're
show?
a guest here.
Oh, no.
Oh man, right
1,
here.
2, bang. Dude, seeing the
Turn on the Jets.
bang! Right there, baby.
Oh!
Dude, seeing the
It really hurts.
Seeing the
still. It really
seeing the
this
sports
is
science.
salt on the fucking wound right there.
Yeah, but he's in fairness. So Deshaun said he didn't know if there was any time left on the clock. So he was just trying to run
I know. I
out.
understand. It was a smart.
Now
play,
pull up
but
the
still.
Rondé Barber pick.
I don't want to do that.
No, I do want to see the play. Honestly.
Yeah, I kind of want to see. I started watching football in like 04, like when it was Panthers Patriots. So I never saw that.
Oh, I don't even think we meant to see that. That was awesome. That onside kick was beautiful. What do we do? Are we looking for something right now or what?
Yeah, I'm trying to find his stupid play. Can't find it. They don't have it in here. It's not a highlight. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
What play?
The one that you're that
The Rondé
Rondé
Barber.
Barber. It's
I'm
NFC
sorry.
Championship.
I wasn't even looking for that. I'm sorry.
No, that's what I said. Pull that
Yeah,
up next.
okay,
I said
all
pull up the Rondé Barber picking off Donovan McNabb play.
Here's the deal. The Barber brothers can go suck a dick.
As a lifelong Giant fan, it was pretty funny to me that Tiki's like, I'm fucking done, and then they win the Super Bowl
And not only that,
next year.
and not only that,
Yeah, that
Tiki
was
said he's
great.
done and said a big reason
Yes.
was Jeremiah Trotter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
True.
The Axeman, baby. Ooh, I love Trotter. Oh, this
Him
guy
and
hurt me.
Shockey, I feel like too, because I feel like Shockey was bullying Eli a lot.
Oh yeah. Shockey was a good tight end, man.
Yeah, he was.
I hated the Giants, but I mean, he was a good tight end. No. Back more.
Play
I
back.
hate it.
On the 10. Boom.
Such
See you
a-
later.
Oof.
And you know what? Maybe it would have been different if Andy Reid said, hey, Donovan, don't run too hard going after him, bud. You see that shit? You see that shit? What the fuck, dude? It's only the NFC Championship game. No big deal.
To be fair, it was his fourth time.
I know.
But I was going to say, dude, Rondé has like 40-something career interceptions and like 20-something sacks.
And he's great in the booth. He's really good in the booth.
So good.
I hate Tony Romo. Tony Romo's good in the booth.
He's
Do I
so
think
good
he
in the
gets-
booth.
I think he's
so good.
You
I think
really
he's.
do?
I
Yeah,
think
he's great.
I think he's good in the booth. I don't think he's great in the booth.
He's gonna be
it
the new
drives
Monday
me
night guy.
crazy though when people are like, "Is Tony Romo a fucking fortune teller? Like, how can he see the future?
Nostradamus.
And call these plays?"
Yeah.
And you're like it'll be like a random I formation, and he'll be like, "They're gonna run it here," and you're like,
Yeah.
"How did Tony know that?" And you're like,
It's
"I don't
more
know.
specific
I don't
than that.
know."
No.
No,
Here's
a lot
what
of
it
the
is.
times it's fucking not. He'll
It
be like,
is.
he'll be like,
No.
look for the tight end here. And
No,
you're like,
here-
oh, what, on third
here's
and
what I
10 with
think-
Jason Witten? Only every fucking third down?
right before we get off here, I think the reason why I think that Tony Romo is so good is that he breaks it down for
He's super likable.
stupid people to understand.
Yeah.
For sure. And
Like,
he's
he
super
breaks it
likable,
down.
which
Oh, well,
bothers
yeah.
me.
Like
because
he
I
is.
don't
and
like
then
him.
it's
too.
not boring either. That's the part
Yeah.
that really fucking gets it.
I
He's
want
gonna
him to
be the
stop
Monday night
joking
guy.
Jim Nantz off so much.
He's
though.
gonna
I
be the
mean,
Monday night-
those guys basically
He's
should
gonna be the
just have
Monday
sex.
night guy.
Yeah, they paid him stupid
Tony.
money to be on Monday night.
Well,
Yeah,
good,
good.
because it's never been the same without Gruden. I fucking loved Gruden because
I
it
don't
never
like
was good.
Gruden.
Because it wasn't good. That's what
Right,
was great.
yeah.
People are like, all right, now if you look here at Carson Wentz, man, this guy, I tell you what, man,
I know.
This
It's so
guy,
funny. This guy, it's like a Chicago
I hit
accent.
him with the pool noodle,
Yeah.
and you're like, what?
Yeah.
For God, just
Gruden's grinders. I brought him in for film, but let me tell you, this guy watches film. It's like,
you know my
yeah,
favorite?
they all do.
My favorite is Collingsworth. Now here's a guy who likes to. Now here's a guy.
who
Have you seen
likes
his
to-
son?
yeah. Oh, he played
Collingsworth's son?
safety for Notre Dame.
Have you seen? No, he's like an ESPN guy now. Like
Oh,
he's
he
an ESPN
played
guy?
safety for Notre
he
Dame. Yeah.
sounds and looks exactly
You pull
like
out there? I
Chris.
never saw his.
Wow,
I
I've
never
never
saw
seen
his
If you
son.
close your eyes,
his son has a what?
It's Chris
ESPN
Collingsworth.
comment.
he was doing interviews with like Josh Allen for the Bills, like during the playoff stuff. Dude, and my dad goes, "Yo, it's Chris Collingsworth's son," and I go, no fucking shit." I go, who did Chris Collingsworth have a kid with? Chris Collingsworth?
Just pull up like interviewing.
Oh
There he
my
is.
God.
Wow, he looks just like.
Look, it's Chris Collingsworth had a kid with Chris Collingsworth.
Well, you know, he was a good safety for Notre Dame.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you hear him talk, it is exactly the same. Like now, here's a guy who sounds like his father. Like it's just.
You can the thing about
Google
Chris
like
Collinsworth
Chris
is that you,
Collinsworth's
like,
son does an
hear-
interview.
hear like the elitism in him. Like this,
What?
you hear the elitism in Chris
Yeah, yeah,
Collinsworth.
yeah.
That's what I hate about him the most.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
mind
like-
him, but
I'm
he was
like,
talking a little shit in the
You
Eagles. shit.
sound like you have.
I just want to hear him a
Really?
little. I know this isn't an interview, but I just want to
Hello,
hear.
I'm Jack Collinsworth, and it is my pleasure
Oh
to welcome
God.
Collinsworth and Dad, an all-season show.
I'm good. We're good. We got it.
got it.
That was
All right, give me
That's
your
Chris
social
Collinsworth.
medias and get the fuck out
Yeah,
of
get
here.
the fuck out of here.
Jeff Colella, good luck spelling it. I'm only the champion of the world. Learn it.
Hold the belt up. Hold the belt up.
Sweet Heat, baby. Sweet Heat podcast. This is what we do. We win. It's content. It's fire.
Check me out at Adam Nutter on everything, on the Twitter and the Instagram. I'm trying to get up to. I want to get to 1,000 Twitter followers this year. That's my goal.
Oh, dude,
right,
I'm
all
at
right.
like 200.
And you can find me producer of an
never on
NWW.
Check out DropTent. Jesse, welcome to the DropTent family. Thanks for becoming a producer.
Follow
That's
me
awesome.
on Instagram at jpedraza74.
Also, Jesse's also a very funny comedian in his own right, not just a producer. Check out Jesse's comedy too, everybody. We're good. All right, peace out.